Yo, 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 yo! I hope we don't get hit for copyright on ridiculousness.
Dude, why did I think that was the Fantasy Footballers intro?
Nah, I think that's how
But
ridiculousness
it
goes, yeah?
it does. It
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
ridiculousness. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, you're right. But how does Fantasy Footballers go? It sounded very similar. Like you tickled my brain somehow.
I tickled your brain.
Yeah.
Ooh, brain ticks.
Love a good brain tick. Um, So I know this is early in the episode to hop into, but it just hit me and I want to talk about it now because
Alright.
it had me fucking cracking up, dude. The newest episode of Dave.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, dude, it might be the best one of the season. I'm not gonna say anything.
Alright. Yeah, dude,
It's
Lex and I are behind.
hilarious, dude. It is hilarious. It's like awkward humor.
Mhm.
So I won't spoil anything, but they get stuck like at a fan's house, one of his fans' house for like the weekend during a hurricane in the deep south. And they're like a very like conservative, super religious Jesus family. And obviously like Dave and his crew are like from like Philly and LA and all this like super like liberal, and it's just like so like the best awkward comedy the whole episode, dude. It's so fucking funny.
Let's go. Maybe I'll watch it this weekend at some point.
It I think it might be my favorite episode of Dave
Your favorite one
out
ever?
of out of all of them. Yeah, it was good, dude. Maggie and I were laughing the whole time, the entire episode, just dying.
Forever ever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lex and I, because we watch Secession together, and because of like our work hours, we don't really get to watch shit that much. So when we do watch something, it's usually Secession first, and then we'll get into Dave. But usually after one episode of Secession, she's sleeping, so
Yeah.
or half of one.
It's funny with Maggie. I always like gauge if she's got like an episode of something in her. Like we watched the show called Chicago PD. That's like our go-to together. If
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not caught up on Dave, we watch Chicago PD, and I'll be like, "You want to watch PD?" And she'll like look at me and be like, "You got like 35, 40 minutes until you're knocked out. Like we won't make it through an episode." She's like, "Yeah, you're right." I'm so good at gauging like how sleepy she is, dude, just by her looking at me.
Lex is like out of nowhere, she's asleep. She looks good, and then it's like, oh, she's sleeping.
It's like no in
Yeah,
between.
no. She's chilling, doing stuff, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna come sit down." Like she's got like energy, and then she sits down, and then like the TV comes on and the lights go off, and she's like, "Yep, I'm asleep."
Yoink.
2 episodes ago of Secession, she fell asleep for the last like maybe like 20 minutes or something. I'm not exactly sure, but she missed like the ending bit, and she was like, "So before we watched one last night, and she was like." Oh, like how did the ending go? Like what happened? And I was like, fuck, dude, I don't really remember. I was like, how about this? We will watch the recap and then like if you have any questions along the way, I'll fill you in. And she was like, all right. Um, so then we watched like the recap at the beginning of the episode, and she was like, "Is there anything else I need to know?" And I was like, "Honestly, bro, they fucking nailed it. Like every important like storyline, like every piece that like builds up to the ultimate storyline, like you saw it all." And she was like, "All right, cool." And then like at the end of the episode, I was like, "Dude, that recap was so clutch." And she's like, "Bro, I know, like she didn't miss a beat on the storyline. Like even like an argument like that came up in the recap, then it like that came back again in this episode. This was like, dude, like down to every detail. I was like, money, you guys nailed it.
Dude, those recaps that they do in like before the show, like the episodes
Perfect for
nowadays
me.
are, dude, yes, because like I consume so much shit like
So
for
much shit that I don't
YouTube, and
remember
I just like I
anything.
don't remember, dude. I don't even remember what I watched last night, but I watched
Yeah,
it.
I don't remember anything. So the recaps are like, all right, you're gonna hit me with like the important storylines for this episode. So you're like, oh yeah, okay, like I remember all this shit, and then like you can like link together stuff. Like with Mandalorian, it helps so much because I always
Yeah.
watch it baked too.
Yeah, dude, and
Like, all right, I'm gonna smoke and watch this.
Mandalorian's a show that also has like I feel like a lot of filler episodes, so it's like not every episode is something that you're gonna remember like, oh, that was like a banger, or like that was an important
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
like the overall storyline. A lot of it's like side stories and missions and stuff like that.
That's what this next one's gonna be.
Next Mando, yeah, just
Yeah, yeah,
Mando
yeah.
and Din Grogu.
Din
bouncing around the
Grogu.
universe.
Yeah.
I don't know why, dude. And it's like obviously like, oh, Baby Yoda's cute, blah blah blah. But when I see Baby Yoda, like him just like moving or like cooing in an episode, melts my heart, dude. Like
You're ridiculous.
absolutely just gets me. I'm like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. But in reality,
He
if I
is
saw that
cute.
in real life, like walk up to me, I'd probably punt it and run away. What the fuck is that?
True. Yoda's the ultimate Jedi. Is he a Jedi?
Yoda? Yeah.
He
Baby Yoda or
or
Yoda?
any of them. The species, whatever that species is. Do they all
Well,
have the
not
Force?
every. No, not every species.
Okay.
Like not every Yoda has the Force. Every Yoda species has the Force. It's just like a
Okay
Jedi's
then
like.
Grogu so far, if he and but it's the same way that like old ass Yoda is. Um they just like
Oh, hey,
they
back it up. Why did we? What with the shade at Yoda?
well, yeah, that's my bad. I know he's
Yeah.
probably still not even that old for one of him.
He's dead, fool.
Is he?
Yeah, bro.
When did they kill him?
Yo, he dies in like the second Star Wars movie ever made, bro.
Oh, that's tough scenes for Yoda. Anyway, Grogu, it's like he's always like doing shit for like that's only good. Like he doesn't ever use his powers like for evil. Like he's always like, bro, I'm just straight chilling, but don't fuck with me. And like
he was a
also
he was a Jedi before like the show. Like those
Grogu
flashbacks.
was?
Yeah, those flashbacks that happened this season where he was like, remember in episode 3, not episode 3 of Mandalorian, but Star Wars episode 3 the movie when Anakin kills all
Okay.
the fucking Padawans and stuff before he turns to Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grogu was like one of those Padawans and he escaped with the remember that episode where he escapes with the guy with the purple lightsaber?
Yeah.
You know who that was? That
Interesting.
guy?
No.
That was the guy who played Jar Jar Binks in episode 1, but like he was the guy in the
Hell
suit. It
yeah.
wasn't like Jar Jar
Hell
Binks'
yeah.
voice. I was like, I forgot to tell you that. I was like, Teddy's gonna love.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm
Teddy's
talking
gonna love
about.
that little secret fact.
That's good shit. See, this is why I should watch things with you because I didn't realize that I thought they were just like, all right, we're gonna make a story about like these species. Like we're just gonna make a story about this Mandalorian and like these species. I didn't realize that they were connected to the movie like in such a close timeline.
Yeah. Well, every Star Wars like movie, pretty much every show that's not like an animated like short or something like that is canon to the story of Star Wars. So everything's gonna connect. It's like Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, by the way, Seth Rogen's coming out with a movie and it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I
And
saw that. You sent
apparently
it to me
it's
on Twitter.
yeah, versus DreamWorks. They're not like that's not how they're sponsoring it, but Gru, the bad dude from Despicable Me, is one of the villains, and Megamind. I don't know. He looks like one of those Boo Berry like cereal guys. I don't know
Yeah, the
what
blue
he's
head.
from, but he's big blue brain dude.
He's got a mega mind.
He's got Mega Mind, and I guess he's evil. I don't even know what he does, but those are the villains, and it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle boys. I guess are gonna mess him up.
Yeah, I saw. They're gonna mess him up.
Well, that's what they're gonna do
How do you know they're not just gonna sit down, have a nice talk, and pizza?
because they all have weapons.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have weapons. They don't go around messing people up.
Well, the other people are evil, so they're not just gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, let's just have a quick little combo.
Perry the platypus.
So they're
That's
gonna
how
have to mess them up.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and
Yeah,
Ferb. You know how he always had like the weapons where it would be like some ridiculous word and then innator.
Yeah.
I saw this meme the other day, and it was like somebody had like a ridiculous take on like the Knicks game or something, and I was like under the thread, and someone just replied with a picture of Dr. Doofenshmirtz shooting a ray gun, and it just said the "Shut the fuck up, innator." I was like, yoink,
That's
that meme's
awesome.
mine.
Dude, that Phineas and Ferb was a great show.
Yeah, I saw. Would you put Phineas and Ferb on like a top 5 cartoons list?
Maybe, probably not.
But not counting like Family Guy or Simpsons, not adult cartoons.
No,
Like,
kid cartoons. Probably
yeah,
not, but they're like, they're
it's
definitely
close.
in my
Top
top
10.
10.
Yeah, they're in
Definitely in
top.
my
Yeah,
top
for
10.
sure.
They might be in my top 5, but maybe not.
They might be a fringe top 5 for me, like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're easy top 10. Well, let's see. I'm a big fan of Fairly Odd Parents, so they're probably no order, but Fairly Odd Parents I'll definitely put ahead. Um,
Got to put SpongeBob ahead.
SpongeBob's got to be ahead, and Rocket Power's got to be ahead for me. I don't know. Name some more. What do we got? Like I think Danny Phantom. Like I fucked with Danny Phantom.
Oh,
But
dude,
I
I'm
don't.
going.
But I don't know. I don't know if that goes before Phineas and Ferb. I fucked with Phineas and Ferb
Nah,
too.
it would be close, but I gotta put like some old like Scooby Doo's in there for me.
Scooby Doo for sure.
I was a big fan of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, like those old
Me
school
too. I really
cartoons.
like
Like,
Looney Tunes, so I like Tom and Jerry, and I liked Cat Dog.
oh, Cat Dog was good. I never really watched that one as much as like some of the other ones on Nickelodeon. Like,
Yeah, I liked Hey
what was the
Arnold.
one? Hey Arnold. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Hey Arnold, the
Yeah,
football
I
head
like
guy.
that
Yeah,
one. Yeah, yeah.
that one was good. I always wanted to like live in Hey Arnold's like spot. He had
Yeah,
a
good
dope
spot.
ass room, dude. He has a sick room, and I was always jealous of Arnold's fucking room.
Maybe we can go visit him.
Um, for me, it would
I watched a
be
lot of Jimmy Neutron too. I kind of like
yeah.
Jimmy
That would for me.
Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron was good, but for me, that was just like if it's on, then I'll just keep it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna like go out of my way to
Dexter's
watch it.
Laboratory, the laboratory.
Oh, dude, Ed,
That's
Ed
a
and
good
Eddie,
one. And then Nettie.
classic. Codenames
Okay,
Kids Next Door.
I wasn't really fucking with that one as
Oh,
much.
I love that one, dude. Fuck, top 10 cartoons might be tough, dude. I don't even.
Yeah,
Number one for me has got to be SpongeBob, though. SpongeBob, Scooby Doo, Tom and Jerry. Uh, probably maybe Fairly Odd Parents. Um, and then
that's a solid top 4, dude.
one of them from Cartoon Network, probably. Oh, dude, you know what one I loved? The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, dude, that one scared me.
What?
Oh,
No,
wait.
Courage scared me.
Courage was the
Yeah.
scary joint. Yeah,
Courage the
I remember the
Cowardly
Grim
Dog
Adventures that had
scared
the
the shit
Grim
out of
Reaper
me.
and it had the 2 little kids.
Billy and Mandy, yeah.
Yeah, that
Remember
shit was
Billy's
funny.
dumbass? Yo, Billy was
dumb as
so
fuck,
dumb,
dude.
bro. And Mandy was just a bitch.
But that's like same deal with like Ed, and Eddie. It's like same deal. Just dumb as
Yeah.
fuck.
Just
Didn't they have
so
a bitch sister too?
yeah. Yeah.
Same thing.
Dude, yo, you know what show was so out of pocket we didn't
Everybody
realize
has a
it?
bitch. All the shows are about a little boy and they all have a bitch older
From
sister.
yeah, from our like the
Or older
cartoons from
girl.
our
Phineas
generation.
and
You're
Ferb
so
has
right,
it,
dude.
like Fairly Odd Parents, like
Yeah.
babysitter, but same thing.
Yeah. Except for SpongeBob, that was just having a dickhead
Yeah.
neighbor.
Yeah, there's a dickhead neighbor.
Squidward's bum ass.
And
Dude,
greedy ass balls.
what was I gonna? There was another one. The House of Imagine Blues, something Imagination.
Oh,
That
yes,
one was
dude.
good, dude.
Blue's House of Imaginary Friends.
Yeah.
Money, dude. That's a good one. There was a video game for that one, and I used to play it all the time too. I really fucked with that show.
Mm-hmm. And that was like, dude, that was one that I would just watch and just be like, I know, like, what am I watching? But it was always so funny, dude, because like the characters in there were literally just. One of them was actually the big red tall basketball guy. He was a character based off of Wilt Chamberlain. I'm pretty sure.
I believe that. Kind of looked like him.
Wilt Chamberlain's just a big, tall, red monster.
Yeah, but I mean, it works.
Didn't he have like one really short arm and one really long arm?
I
He
think
played
so.
basketball.
He was nice, bro. He was a hooper.
Yeah, he was a fucking baller, dude.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Billy and Mandy was one of my favorites.
That's probably my 5th in the top 5. The 4 that you had, and then Blue. That's probably my top 5.
Blue, yeah. Damn,
And then it's probably, and then it might be Phineas and Ferb, and then Danny Phantom.
He's a phantom.
He is.
Dude, that Danny Phantom. If we're ranking like their intro songs or theme songs, he's probably in my top 3.
He's up there. Fairly Odd Parents is up there.
Fairly Odd Parents is classic. And then I think SpongeBob, dude. SpongeBob might be the most iconic cartoon theme song ever.
Probably.
You hear the "Are you ready, kids?" You already know, dude. You know what's
Aye, aye,
coming on the
Captain's
TV
coming
if
out,
you're
dude.
yeah. Aye, aye, Captain. And then the oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Dude, have you ever seen the episodes of SpongeBob where it's like Patchy the pirate or like it's like live action for like a few scenes?
Yes. Yes,
Dude,
yes.
those used to freak me out as a kid. The one with the gorilla, that had like the live action
Yeah.
gorilla in it.
Yeah, they always looked whack when they did the live action. It was like, "What? This is out of nowhere," and you're kind of freaking me out.
Dude,
I
if
like the
you
pizza
haven't,
one and
oh,
the
dude,
Squidward Krabby Patty one and Snowballs, the snowball fight one.
dude, I'm telling you, if you haven't gone on a recent like SpongeBob binge at like our age, you have to, because it's way funnier than like you like think back, you're like, oh yeah, SpongeBob, but you watch it as an adult, dude, and it is so much funnier. I didn't realize this
You
until a
think
few years ago.
you think I could just make my kids watch the same shit that I watch instead of putting my kids in front of whatever the fuck other people are putting their kids in front of?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can pick now.
Yeah,
You
dude,
don't
just
have to be
throw up
like, oh,
on the
whatever's on
fucking Sponge
TV.
Busy. Is Sponge Busy's on the Netflix, right?
Sponge Busy is on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. That's fine. I'm using yours.
Yeah, that's where I've been watching it. And they got I like watched the pizza delivery one.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it was when him and Squidward were like arguing or whatever. And he's like, they're like walking through the sand, and SpongeBob starts singing the song "Krusty Krab Pizza," and he goes on for like 30 minutes, and then he stops for a few seconds and just goes, "Krusty Krab."
Right, yay, yay.
Dude, I was sitting there fucking dying, bro. I was like, bro, I don't like. I always knew SpongeBob was funny, but now that I'm like older and I don't have like the mind of a child, like this shit is just so much funnier, bro.
We watched a little bit of Full House when we were in Fort Lauderdale. And that shit had us laughing, bro. It was just like it's just funny. Like it's still funny, still hits.
Oh, dude, those are the best shows when you can just like not watch them for a while. Like that's kind of what I'm doing with Rick and Morty right now, the new season. Like I want to go through and watch the. I haven't watched it in so long, probably like 3 or 4 months, but I want to go back and watch the episodes from last season and like because I don't really remember much of them. I remember just like how the season ended and like major points of the season. But I'll
Yeah.
always go back and watch and like catch like small jokes that like I forgot about or shit like that. Rick and
Um
Morty, I hope like they stay. I hope they're like on a Family Guy type of shit where they just stay around for like 20 years, dude.
that would
I'm
be
not ready for
wild.
that. I am not ready for that show to end. I'm gonna be so upset when that show finally comes to an end because that's like one that I just have enjoyed every single episode of.
Yeah. So Royland is out.
Yeah, apparently so. But I mean, with what AI is doing and impressionists nowadays, dude, it's not gonna change at all. He doesn't write any of the shows anymore or the
Oh,
episodes.
really?
I mean, dude, when Rick and Morty first started, I think he did the 2 interdimensional cable episodes, and then he did Pickle Rick and like one other episode. But those were the only episodes out of the show's entirety that he actually wrote.
Like at all?
Yeah, out of all of them, most of them were Dan Harmon writing, and then like the group, like the team of writers that they have for the show, and then Justin Roiland was just doing the voice acting.
Mm.
He was just a
So they don't really
co-creator, but
need
Dan
him.
Harmon, yeah, they don't
Yeah.
really need him, but like
Because he was mostly just doing voices.
that's the
They
thing
just
though.
need
Like
somebody
with
that can do the voices.
yeah, but with a lot of his work, it was like off the top of the head and like just a lot of
True,
like stuff
true.
like
A lot
that.
of it
And you're
was
not gonna,
improv.
yeah, you're not gonna get like his sort of style of improv that you might have gotten if you'd stayed.
Interesting. So you think Rick is going to change a little bit?
Um, no, I don't think it's gonna be noticeable change. I think if anything, like there might be less like burping. That's about it.
That sounds good to me, I think. Sometimes it's OD.
What the burping?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Rick burps, you know he's like really like he's about to get into some shit. If he's burping while he's talking, bro, you know he's about to like either fuck something up, go on a binge, or like do some crazy like something with Morty, like experiment with Morty.
That's most of the episodes.
I don't know. I feel like Rick and Morty's gotten off to a lot of like we've learned a lot about Summer and Jerry and Beth, like the whole Beth's clone story now. Like
Yeah.
I do low key miss when Rick and Morty, like every episode was just Rick and Morty going on crazy space adventures, but I've also like appreciated the storylines of like the other characters in the show more.
Yeah, it's probably better for their growth too.
Yeah. So I'm saying stay around for another fucking 15 years and we'll get all the fucking Morty and Rick and Morty space adventures we need.
That's true. Never ending adventures.
Yeah. I want another interdimensional cable episode, dude.
Those are the best. They're like mini episodes.
They are, bro.
And
They're
they're
just
so
like
random and unhinged.
yeah, that's why they're so good.
Alright, well call them up, dude.
December apparently is like the like
Start of
this.
the new season.
Well, it hasn't been announced yet, but based on the trajectory of the last few seasons that have come out, they're thinking like it'll be like end of
The
fall, early winter.
speculators.
Yeah, which is fun because I always like getting a good like Christmas episode in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, dude. I honestly like a lot of the Christmas episodes are good. I would
Just
say.
the holiday
Like
themed ones in general.
not like only Rick and Morty. Like I feel like most shows have solid Christmas episodes.
Oh yeah, I don't know why that is either. Like what that makes no sense. Like
It's
maybe
just
it's
such
just
a
like
big
the
deal. They
feeling of
do
the
like one
holidays.
a year or one every couple years.
Yeah.
So then they're like, all right, like let's go all out. Let's make a dope ass Christmas episode.
Speaking of Christmas episodes, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special was dope, and Guardians 3 comes out in 2 days. You gonna go see it?
Maybe
I think you should.
I can give you a maybe.
It's supposed to be like the biggest Marvel movie since Endgame, apparently.
I did see that, but I mean, hey, good way to get your ticket sales up.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's what they say about most of them, but I feel like this one has the most. As a Marvel fan who knows the storyline, this one has the potential to be the best movie since Endgame or Spider-Man, the last
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
I don't think I've seen the second Guardians of the Galaxy yet.
Probably, yeah. You probably got to watch that one first. I mean, the stories don't really connect, but they kind of do.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just go see this one, and then when I watch the second one, it'll make me appreciate this one more.
That's true. The second one is regarded as the best one so far.
Well then, fuck, I watched the poopy one.
No, the first one's good, but the second one was just better. It did better in the box, like in the theaters too.
How does the first one end?
The first one ends, I think, when they meet what's her name? The green chick.
They meet the green chick.
They meet the green chick.
Somebody's sister is trying to fuck them up, trying to blow the planet up.
Yeah, it's the green girl's sister, I think. It's been so long since I've seen the first one, dude. I don't know. The second one, yeah, well, you haven't seen the second one, so I'm not gonna say.
The second one.
Second one's good. First one, they're going around. I think they're like collecting like the like stone, something to do with the stones.
Yeah, and then the one guy almost defeats them, and then somebody like basically sacrifices themselves to save them, or something like that.
I think you've seen the second one. I think you're talking about.
I'm describing the second one, right? Dude,
yes,
I've seen them both. I'm money. I'm money, dude. Let's
the second
go.
one, it's Quill's dad. Remember, he's like the god. Quill's the main character.
Okay.
And remember, his dad is like the god who like is the planet or whatever, and they fight him in the end.
See.
And then Quill's stepdad, the bounty hunter, like risks his life or like gives his life to save them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the second one. Second one, that one's funny as fuck. The part where the bounty hunter guy's like I think his name's Yondu, where he's like holding onto the jetpack guy, like Raccoon's tail, and just floating up. And it just cuts to him like floating up. He goes, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all." Oh man, that's why I like the Guardians, bro. It's like a comedy action comic movie.
Yeah.
Like shit is funny in those movies.
Yeah. Like there's it's good action and a good storyline, but they also like build the comedy into it, like in just like within the scenes. They make fucking
Yeah.
jokes and shit.
The Marvel movies that do that, dude, like Thor Ragnarok does that really well, and
Yeah.
like a few of the old Avengers movies do it well. And it's like when it's not forced, but it's like perfectly timed and just like one-liners, dude, money. Like
I
those
feel
are
like
that makes
that's
for the best
fucking
Marvel movie.
Iron Man, Tony Stark's bread and butter.
Yeah. A lot of it is literally just him. There's this one unscripted scene from one of the Avengers movies. I think it's Age of Ultron, where he like walks into the ship and there's like a team of like an intel team of like 30 people, like all on their computers and stuff. And he starts talking and he just looks over and goes, "That guy's playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did." And then he just keeps talking. And apparently, like that was unscripted. Like he just did that. It wasn't in his script, and they kept it in the movie because it was just so perfectly like to his character.
That's awesome.
That guy's playing, and then the scene ends, and you see that guy is like sneering over his shoulder and like flips back to his computer, and Galaga just pops back up. Shit like
That's
that, dude, is what
amazing. That's
makes those
awesome.
movies so good.
That guy's playing Galaga. Thought he wouldn't. We wouldn't know.
Who thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. And then he just, you just see the little dots of Galaga. Bro, speaking of Galaga, the record store that we took you to when you came here was selling
Yeah.
all those old school arcade machines on the back wall for like $300, dude.
Is that a lot?
No, that's dumb, dude. You could probably sell those for like thousands of dollars because they're like old school, like
So did you
antique.
buy one?
No, they didn't have the one we wanted. We were gonna get the Mortal Kombat one,
Well,
like
if
because
you're
they had Mortal
flipping them,
Kombat
who
there.
gives a shit?
I wasn't gonna flip it. What the fuck? Do you even know me, bro? I just wanted
Well,
it for
why
my
wouldn't you?
house.
If you were gonna get a Mortal Kombat one to keep, why wouldn't you buy one just to flip? If you tell me you could sell them for $1,000,
I mean, I probably could have.
that seems like an easy $700.
Well, I walked in and I was like, "Listen, I saw them all for sale." And Maggie and I have played the Mortal Kombat one a bunch of times because they were just in the back where you could walk up and play them.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw like the for sale sign on all of them. We're like, "Oh fuck, like $300. Let's get the Mortal Kombat one." But they had already sold it that like 2 hours before that. And I
Damn.
was like, I don't really want any other ones. That's a bummer. And then she was like, "Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to find space for it too." And I was like, "Oh, I'd find space for it somewhere. I'd hang the shit out the window if I had to."
Hanging out the window, boss.
Yeah, bro. Get a little fucking cover for it so it don't get rained on.
That'd be pretty cool. I would like a pinball machine.
Pinball would be sick.
I like pinball.
Pinball would be sick, dude. I would
So yeah,
never
if you
get
run
off that
into
thing
any
if
one
I
of
had a
those,
pinball. I wonder how much the average pinball machine goes for.
you probably get a shit one. You can get a shit one for like $5. Little plastic guy.
little tiny guy. Oh, speaking of, dude, Guardians of the Galaxy premium pinball machine by Stern. Guess how much?
$5,000.
12 grand.
Woo!
There's a Foo Fighters limited edition pinball for 14.8.
All right. There's a Star Wars pinball machine for 5,000.
Oh, $599. Oh, I see one for $5,099. Star Wars. That's like a rich person investment. Like when I'm 65 and I just want to blow like 15 grand on something, I'll buy a pinball machine.
They got a Led Zeppelin pinball machine for 7 G's.
I saw that, the white one. That one's clean.
Yeah, dude. If I had a shit ton of money, I might blow it on a pinball machine.
So I've decided as like a way to diversify my income or like my savings or investments, I'm gonna just start investing in like mint baseball cards.
Okay.
Maggie's dad does it. I saw, you know how my Jeter card thing yesterday I showed you? I sent it to him and he like collects like real baseball cards and he was like, "That's cool. You should buy a rookie Jeter card that's like an 8.5 mint or like grade or higher." And he's like, "That would be like a great investment for someone your age." And I was like, I never really thought of them like that. Like you could just buy cards and obviously like wait a little bit and like they're gonna go up in value depending on how many are left like in the market or stuff like that. And he was just like, yeah, dude, like I kind of just buy cards whenever I see one. Like the other day, he bid for like I think it was a rookie Bob Gibson card or Bob Gibson or someone else, but he's like, yeah, I just bid like $4,000 on it and got outbid, but like I wasn't gonna go above like a certain like price. Like if I was
Right.
either gonna get it for that price or not. And he just like was sending me a bunch of pictures of all of his cards that he has, and I was like, dude, that's like a fun way to like invest your money, and two, like pretty smart and secure way to invest your money. It's not like I could invest it in like a stock and just have like stock like plummet. Like the baseball card market's been around since fucking 1910, and if anything, like right now, it's been booming for the past like 3 years.
Yeah, but then you also have like NFTs in the market now, and like
Yeah, but that's different, dude. There's it's something different about having like a physical like
yeah, 100%. I agree.
card. You know what I mean? Like
I
I could
agree.
buy
Can I
NFTs
do
right
that for
now and
any
just
sport?
probably, yeah. I mean, dude, I
I
was
got
watching
hella
this
cards at my parents' house somewhere. I hope, dude.
dead ass, dude. Just download this app and scan the front and back of them, and it tells you like it adds them to your collection. So it's pretty much just a marketplace app where you like sign up for an account. It's all free. You scan the front and back of your cards, and it adds them into your collection. And then people can go on your profile and look at your collection and look at the ones you're trying to buy or the ones you're trying to sell, and they can offer you money and stuff based on like the market price. It's actually mad fun too because I got to see like what all my cards were worth.
You think that ones that have like game worn jerseys on them and stuff like that are gonna be worth more?
Yeah, for sure. It
I
also
got a
depends on who it also depends on who it is, and
I
how
got a
like
bunch of those.
if the card is in good condition. There's so much that goes into it, like the corners,
Yeah.
what condition the corners are in, like the centering of the actual card itself. There was one I saw on this Netflix show I started watching called like The Ultimate Collectors, The Golden Touch or something like that. And it's basically Pawn Stars, but it's about this company that runs like a bidding site or an auction site where it gets all these like crazy collectibles from these people trying to sell them, puts it to auction, and then makes them money. And he's like the guy that owns it is he's like super into trading cards and like sports cards and stuff, and he just was like the last 2 months like trying to open packs and open packs and open packs and find the LeBron James triple logo card, which is like it's just a card with 3 patches of the NBA patch from each of LeBron's teams. Like it was a Cavs patch, a Heat patch, and a Lakers patch from one of his jerseys. Some random dude who does like pack breaks on TikTok got the card. He just opened a pack one day and got the card, like on some real life, like Willy Wonka shit, golden ticket. Brings it
Right.
to this guy, or this guy seeks him out, flies him in, and they end up selling the card for like 2.4 million, dude.
Jeez, how many are there?
Yeah,
There's just one?
I think it was it was either like one of one or one of like 10 or something like that.
Yeah. One
But
of
obviously,
not many.
well, obviously, I think it was a one of one, but like there's ones that are like one of five or one of 10 are still pretty valuable.
Yeah, even
But the
probably
one
one
of
of a
one
100.
LeBron triple logo, that's like yeah, $2.4 million, and he 400,000 of that was his commission just for like selling that. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I'll see, dude. We'll see if I got anything back in my parents' crib. Cause we had this like holiday extravaganza, they called it, and they would just like take the gym of my elementary school and just have like a ridiculous number of vendors. Everybody gets a table, and they'd have it like in December before Christmas and stuff. So I would always go there and like I'd buy stuff for my parents and stuff because everything there is like pretty cheap, and there'd be mad people selling cards, and I would always be copping cards.
Yeah, dude. Enough time has passed. It might be worth a little bit.
They might
I just
be.
I just randomly I don't know what I like I don't even know what I saw. I think it was that show and I was just like, "Oh, like I have my binder of baseball cards here. Like I wonder what those are worth." So then I just searched like how do I know what my baseball cards are worth? And then it brought me to this app, downloaded the app and started from there.
We'll see, dude. I'm eager for my mom to hit me back now to see if she still has them.
You know what sucks, dude? You want to hear a tragedy? I
What?
had like I probably had 2 or 3 boxes like 2.5 feet long of like 3 sections wide filled with football cards and baseball cards that my dad had left me when I was really young.
Yeah.
Held on to them my entire childhood. I kept them literally under my dresser, packed away my entire childhood. 6 months ago, they were in my mom's basement, and the basement flooded, and they all got ruined. All, dude, I probably had 10,000 cards total.
That is
Just
horrendous.
random. I didn't know if any of them were valuable, but my dad had just like left them for me or whatever, and was probably
Right.
trying to make up for like not seeing me one weekend. Was just like, here, take my cards. And yeah, they all got ruined in a flood. So now all I have left is this binder of like the cards I collected as a kid. Like I went out of my way and bought cards and stuff.
Right.
Could have been a fucking gold mine, dude, for all I know.
Could have been.
Absolute tragedy.
You want to get into the doc?
Yeah, what do we got in the old
Dude,
Doc
we got
Dilly?
all kinds of things. We got so Turtle Beach, like the headphone company.
Not to be mistaken with Myrtle Beach.
No, Turtle Beach, the headphone
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Their ticker symbol is here, like HEAR.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's all I got on that.
How did you stumble across that info?
Dude, I saw it on the news, something about them. They're in like this proxy thing with this other company, and I was like, Turtle Beach here, and I was like, that's dope.
Oh, that is cool. Is that something you get to just like pick when you like? I don't know.
Yeah,
Even
when you
if
go
do you
public,
apply? Do you have to apply to like go public, or is it just like an
it's a
announcement you
big
make?
process to go public.
Yeah,
It's like
that
yeah,
makes
it's like a
sense.
big process, and yeah, the SEC and has to like let you in basically, I guess.
That's pretty fucking cool. Like they did that, and like that was their ticker symbol.
Yeah. Um. All right. Now the real news. Aaron Rodgers traded to the Jets. We didn't talk about this yet, right?
I don't think so.
It's like official now.
Yeah, he was at the Knicks game with Sauce last night.
Yeah, he was at the Rangers game not too long ago.
I feel like he feels like he's free. I don't know why, but I get this sense of Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers like, fuck, I get to not have to live in
dude.
Green Bay.
So you think he goes to Minnesota next and follows Brett Favre the whole way?
Nah.
Nah, but that would be
Well,
crazy. Maybe Kirk Cousins. Maybe he gets, and then they take Rodgers
I
on
was gonna
an
say,
old
dude, like
deal.
if Rodgers doesn't work out in New York for some reason or whatever, and then like Kirk has a terrible season and Minnesota's like, fuck you, Kirk, and Aaron Rodgers is like looking for a job, Minnesota might do like, all right, we'll give 1 year with A Rod and
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah. Um. So they restructured his salary, so his salary next year is like $1 million, a million and change. That's its cap hit. It was all like restructured into a signing bonus, so next year he'd have $100 million cap hit. But they would just restructure it if he stays or he goes. If he goes, then they don't give up as much in the trade. Like I
All
think
right,
it's a second round pick that turns into a first. Oh no, it's a second that turns into a first. Like if he plays 65% of snaps, and then I think there's another like thing with picks where if he doesn't come back next year, then the Jets will like get something in return or give up less or something like that.
that makes sense though, because I mean,
Yeah,
all right, that's not like a terrible deal, dude.
no,
I don't understand the people that like Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's washed yet. Like he's
no,
old, but like you don't have to be young and sprung like to be a good NFL quarterback. Like I
nah,
think
dude. They're gonna need an O line probably. But Rodgers has a fucking quick release, dude. Like that's how he always would burn Philly. Like they would run slants with Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams just like a fucking 2 yard slant,
slant
and it's like
machine.
a 2 second, 3 second release time, dude. It's so quick. It's step back, right there on the money, dude. It's like automatic in their sleep. Those two could do it. So like that could be Garrett Wilson, dude. But like the potential for Garrett Wilson now, he has the potential to be wide receiver one.
Garrett Wilson, yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Like you're
I'm
telling me
saying
he can't have a Devontae Adams type season and just get hyper targeted by Rodgers,
no, he
and then
definitely
and
could,
then
and
be
I
a
think that might
stud?
be the game plan, dude.
I
Like
don't see why
that's
not.
yeah. They had their defense is good. Like they're gonna be fucking
They have the same OC that Rodgers had when he won 2 MVPs in Green Bay. That's who's the
Oh,
OC in New York.
hold on. Talk without me for like 30 seconds.
All right, I'll talk without you then. But yeah, so they get this guy from Green Bay. He comes over. I don't even know the OC's name, so obviously not that important. But you know, I think you just look at Rodgers as like he was not great last year, but he wasn't terrible. And historically, I mean, he hasn't historically been great for fantasy. He's been solid though, and he's been consistent. So like 12-team drafts, dude, there's only he might be just outside the top 10, but he also might be, 11, 12. And then you're like, okay, maybe he's a starter on a regular basis, and maybe you got to hunt matchups, but he's always had like big weeks, and then he's had really low weeks. So, I mean, you got to roll with the punches with him if you're going to draft him, but you get him late, right? So you're not paying a premium for him. Um, yeah, and then, I mean, Garrett Wilson, stud, gonna be a stud. Um, I think that he's got, a lot of potential. He was great last year with, you know, questionable quarterback play. So with his, what he did last year with bad quarterbacks, and then now he gets Rodgers, I think Garrett Wilson's going to get drafted as like a top 5 wide receiver, and honestly, probably rightfully so. But that's probably a little bit too expensive for me.
The expense.
Yeah. To like for Garrett Wilson, he's going to be too high of a draft pick, I think, for me this year. I'm probably not going to be drafting a whole lot of him. He's going to be a first round pick.
You think?
Yeah, for sure.
First
Especially
or
after
early second?
he'll be first. I think there's going to be a lot more wide receivers drafted early this year after the disappointing running back season. I think it's like, I just feel like wide receivers are more valuable now. I think we're going to have a lot more going in the first round this year.
Yeah, I mean that was my strategy last year, dude. And honestly, like there's just more value to pick from like that
Hmm.
position, and also
Hmm.
like the running backs aren't getting, I mean, a lot of them like the workhorse bats get a lot of opportunity through carries, but like a lot of them aren't getting the receiving points and like
Yeah,
per
yeah,
reception. You know what I mean? PPR
yeah.
type
On
of
the
value.
PPR basis, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I like the half. That's why I did sleeper keeper half. I think dynasty's half too.
I see.
Um,
Like on the other side of that though, dude. I don't like half because it's like it's taking away. Like you have to rely heavier on running backs who aren't going to get like the production that a lot of receivers get. You know what I mean? Like there's more value at the position of receiver because just of the amount of players that play that position over running back, and I feel like running
right.
backs one likely more to get hurt, and there's just like overall more passing plays for most teams.
Yeah, so if there are more passing plays, wouldn't you want the running backs to get like a better boost because you're still starting 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers,
With no
right?
flex.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's like for a PPR, you're given like most running backs don't catch a lot of passes,
Right.
right? So
There's like a handful that are
the
like
ones that do are
passing.
so good at the position, but that doesn't matter if it's half PPR or PPR because you're still like they're still getting a boost for those passes, so they're still gonna for those catches, so they're still gonna be the best probably. But then like wide receivers, right? It's like if a wide receiver has 100 yards, you're like, damn, that's a good game. And if a running back has 100 yards, you're like, damn, that's a good game, right? But now you're like, oh, those are two like pretty solid games. But
Right.
the wide receiver is going to have 5 or 6 more points because he did it on 5 or 6 catches, or maybe 10 catches, right? But the running back, he probably didn't have any catches. He like if he had 100 rushing yards, you know what I mean? But so
Yeah.
now you're like, now the wide receiver is so much better, but they still only gave their team 100 yards, and maybe the running back gave him 2 touchdowns and the wide receiver only one.
That's true. I've never looked at it that way. I think it's just because I don't like the low scores that half PPR
Yeah,
brings most weeks, which is kind of
yeah,
like I put up
and
like
it's only
89
because
points
it's
in half
lower,
PPR. Yeah, you're right, right.
and because the first league that you check is Orchids.
Yeah. That's
So then
been
you're
yeah,
like,
that was like
so
the
then you're like,
first
oh
league I did,
hell
yeah.
yeah, dude! Like, boy snapped, and especially if you do have a possession receiver who's like a Keenan Allen, who's gonna get you mad catches and not as explosive. So like that half PPR, like he might get you 10 catches a game. Devontae Adams might get 10 catches a game, right? So then you're
Right.
like, oh dude, hell yeah, like he had a good week, and then you go to you have him in another league that's half PPR, and you're like, ah fuck.
It's like I only put up 90 to 95 points. I fucking shit the bed this week. But then you look at the league and pretty much everybody, like
The
95 points
average
isn't a
is like
terrible, is
no,
like,
the average is like 90 to 110.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
give or take like 100 and then give or take 10.
right.
And then some people be popping off hitting like 120.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I popped off this week. I put up
Yeah,
122.
yeah. I don't know,
Yeah.
Stefan. I think I like half PPR better.
I
So I
think I
kind of
like
just
half PPR for Dynasty. And I think PPR, like, for, where it's not Dynasty, you draft every year is the move.
yeah, yeah. What about for sleeper or for keeper?
It's a little bit of a mix.
Yeah. Well, ours is half PPR, and it's probably saying that way. I know Emery doesn't like the half PPR either.
It's not even because, like, I don't think it's fair. It's just I don't like seeing the low scores. There's no, like,
Yeah,
actual.
yeah. I just like to even out the running backs and I just want the running backs to have more value because
Yeah, I just want my running backs to not get
the
fucking
PPR is
hurt.
just so much of a boost to the wide receivers.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Unless you just gotta draft smart, get a fucking receiving back, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Get a little scat back,
Yeah, a little scat back.
but that dude, it's just so tough.
Yeah. I just don't like
And
how
it has to
when,
be the
like,
right
your running
system
back,
too,
like,
like with the
running
right.
backs get hurt, and it's like if you don't have, like, a deep running back on, like, list on your roster, and your top guy gets hurt, like, you could be fucked for a while.
Yeah, that's why I always try to draft running back heavy. That's why I usually go running back, because sometimes because there's going to be a handful of busts every or not busts, but people who do get maybe season-ending injuries, right? And then
Yeah,
like so, if I usually like to go running back because then it's all right. I have two starters, and if they both stay healthy, dope. I'm probably winning the league because nobody else is going to have two healthy, top 10 running backs. Nobody else will do that.
yeah,
Like or one of them gets hurt, or they both get hurt, but not full season ending injuries, and you can kind of balance it out and ride the wave and get by. And then you get a third running back in like the seventh or something. And then you got to get running back first week waivers. It's so important to get running back.
yeah. And I feel like a lot of the running back first week waivers is like, oh, these guys are gonna pop off for the year, but then like
Right.
75% of them don't. They just had a good week one.
So interesting. They were talking last year. The footballers were talking about week one running backs who get if they get like 13 or more carries. It was somewhere around 13 was like the magic number. If they got over 13 carries in week one, they're like almost always going to be studs on the year, barring injury. And
Right.
the opposite is true. If they're under 13 in week one, they're almost always bad. So it's like that's like the number of carries is like a great gauge. That's what I used last year. It didn't work. I didn't win anything, but
That makes sense. I've never really
yeah,
looked at it that way. I've always just kind of been like, all right, who like I've always went by like points and also like how often, like how many snaps they were on the field, but like
yeah.
that doesn't always equate
And
to a
it's
carry,
tough
obviously.
because there are like, some running backs just have like that super like crazy like breakout speed, right? I feel like that's how Brees Hall was. Like not
Yeah,
great, but if he was out and open, he was breaking. It was going for 60 or 70.
yeah. Which who knows now
Um,
with his ACL tear.
yeah, yeah. Um,
I think last season of Orchids, dude, was like my most. Like I think I fucked myself the most that year out of any year of fantasy I've ever played.
yeah, I did too. I definitely made a bunch of mistakes last year, but I thought I made mistakes the year that I won the league too when I traded Zeke for Keenan Allen. I thought that was a huge mistake, and it ended up being nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a money trade on your end. If you go back into
Also,
Orchids and look at the
my
draft,
trade for Joe Burrow at the end of that season, and then
oh
Joe Burrow
yeah,
snapped. That was
yeah,
very
that
helpful.
was yeah. And I remember when you made that trade, you were like weary of it. You're like, I don't know, dude.
I
Like,
don't know.
I
Yeah, I
shouldn't have
was
made
very
this
nervous
trade. And then he
because I
snapped.
think the week after, I think Rodgers popped and Burrow had like an okay or a down week.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got me this year too.
Yeah,
Dude,
but he's always like that. That's what I was saying when you were gone. Like he's always like a guy that would just like disappear and have a bad game. Like he's always been that way.
yeah, he's not like consistently giving you fucking 26 points like Mahomes or Ertz or
Right,
Josh Allen even.
right. So you kind of gotta like ride that, but he'll be solid, dude. Especially in like 12-team leagues. Like he's probably top 12. He's probably like 12, maybe 11,
Yeah,
but he's probably not top 10.
no. That's why
But there's a lot of guys that are scrubs, dude, and it's like you don't know if they're good or bad, and they're probably bad.
Yeah,
So I think I'm going to be drafting
85%
a
of the time
quarterback
they're
early
bad.
this year.
Hey, I've done that strategy a few times and I've gotten clowned for it, but it always works out. Like if you go and get your guy early before, if you're just like, all right, like I could go wide receiver or running back in this round, but nobody has a quarterback yet. Let me just get the best quarterback or like my pick of the fucking fruit because
Yeah.
they're gonna get dude. Like I don't understand that. Like I do understand it, but I also don't because they're like, oh, quarterbacks aren't gonna give you like the same level of value like a wide receiver one would give you, blah blah blah. But it's like, dude,
But
if
it's
you get
changing because of how many quarterbacks are running now and how much running quarterbacks are scoring.
yeah, dude, just it's the change of the game itself. Like the way football is
Yeah.
played is just giving quarterbacks
And
more
Pat
fantasy
Mahomes.
value.
He's not
Yeah,
really like a rushing quarterback, but
he's putting up 4 touchdowns
he's
a
a
game,
fucking
dude.
yeah, he's
300
different.
yards. Yeah,
On footballers top 10 that they did like a couple weeks ago, it was like the top 3 they all talked about together was Hurts, Allen, and Mahomes, like all at the top.
Hurts, Allen, and Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's probably be yeah. I don't know how I feel about Josh Allen after last year.
Yeah, same. But I think it's just because his rushing baseline is so good that like on a fantasy basis, it almost doesn't matter
Right.
because he's gonna put up 600 yards on the ground and a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah. Sprinkling a few picks.
Yeah, and some fumbles. He had ball control issues last year for sure.
Did you see the lineup for the Players Open or whatever got announced for this year?
I did not.
It's Stephen Clay
Oh, I did see
versus
this.
Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be super
You're gonna
fun.
have to listen to Kermit the whole time though. Lex isn't gonna watch it. She hates Steph and she hates Mahomes.
Josh Allen was in the one last year, wasn't he? Pretty sure he was.
I think so.
I think it was him and Mahomes versus Rodgers and Brady.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That was a fun watch. I wish they did more than one a year, dude. Those are so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's
Like
like,
other teams have off seasons too, you can
right, let
figure
me
it
see
out.
fucking Aaron Hicks play golf because I know that's what he's good at and the only thing he's good at.
Right. And you could do I don't know, dude. Baseball's tough.
Yeah, but a lot of baseball players are good at golf because
Yeah,
it's
but their season is so long, dude. It's like when their season starts, it's like you can't do one like NHL and NBA are finishing up, right? So
right.
it's like, okay, you can't overlap with them. And when their season ends, the NFL is still going on. So okay, you can't really do it with them. And the only way to do it would be like an NFL player, like but before spring training, like if you would pair them up with like NFL people, or just I guess inter MLB.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I'm sure you could find 4 guys.
Yeah.
Aaron Hicks is married to Tiger Woods' niece,
Does that
I
make him
think.
good at golf?
Aaron Hicks is sick at golf. That wasn't a joke, dude. Like he's
Oh,
really good
really?
at golf. Yeah. No, he's like sick at golf.
Interesting. Yeah, dude, get him out there.
That's what I'm saying.
He should
Let
hop on the
somebody else play
PGA
left
Tour.
field. He
You know what I was
probably
thinking
could. That's
about?
how good he is.
How dope would it be to get mad nice and like never play on the PGA Tour, but fuck around and go on the senior PGA? Like in retirement, just get nice as fuck and then retire from your job and then go
And
play
then
the senior
senior
PGA.
PGA. That would be pretty sick. Like even if you're just like a regular ass person, like regular ass
Right,
job, but you were like really nice at golf.
right.
Senior
But then
PGA, yeah.
but by the time you're like old enough to be in the senior PGA, hopefully by then like your kids are kind of like doing their own thing, right? So like you don't really have to be like staying home and like raising kids. You can
Right.
kind of be done with that. And then you can fucking go you and your wife travel the world
Do you have
or
to
travel the
be
country and then
do you have to
play
be
in the
on the
senior
PGA
PGA.
tour to be like to have like a chance to play in the senior
That's a good
PGA tour?
question. Or can you qualify for it?
Yeah, like I you might need like your PGA card before you like can
Be on
apply
the
to be in the
senior
senior.
PGA.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
It would, but who
All
knows?
right,
I mean, I don't
scratch
know if
that.
that's true. I mean, I'm
Never
already on
mind.
the PGA tour on my Xbox.
Congratulations.
Thanks. um dude,
I saw
so
Jake play today. What did he shoot?
I got that notification too, but I don't know. Let's check. We the last time he played,
Yeah, I didn't click
it
on it.
was me, him, and Austin, and we both shot a 95, I think.
Not bad.
Ooh, all right. He had 6 pars, 18 holes at Burning Ridge. Let's see, Jake. He finished with a 90. Great game from the kid. 43 on the front.
Not bad.
He went bogey, 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 par, par, double, par, bogey. That's a good front 9, dude.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. Only one double?
Only one double. No, he had. Oh man, his back 9. He went bogey, bogey, double, 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 par, par, par.
Wow. Those
So he had
3
a stretch
doubles on
of
the back ate him
no
up.
4. He had 4. He had a stretch of 4 holes where he doubled each hole.
Damn. That's tough after only one double on the front.
He actually went double, triple, double, double.
So you lied to me.
I did. I opened up the scorecard. I didn't. I thought double was 2 squares around your score, but it's the same for
Also,
double
it's
and
triple.
triple. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Well, they're not gonna just keep adding boxes.
Imagine. I shot an 11.
Yeah. I shot an 11 and I can't keep score anymore.
Yeah, I ran out of scorecard.
I've got this box through every other slot on this scorecard.
Dude, I saw a video on Instagram today of this kid at the range, and it was some kid filming and it said, this asshole just deleted a sleeve of Chrome Softs because he thinks the range ball is the reason why he's slicing. And he's just like dumping out a thing of brand new golf balls and sending them off on the range. Like
Slicing them too.
Yeah.
They were all
slicing
coming
them.
off right so bad.
And he was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he was getting so mad. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
you're swinging that way. What are you talking
You're not
about?
good. Neither am I.
Rich people problems when you can just fucking delete a sleeve of Chrome Softs like that and not care.
I know.
It's like $20 in 3 swings, dude.
I know. Maybe I'll try to get out on Sunday.
I think I'm gonna try. Yeah, I need to get out, dude. I need to get
Farmers
out one more
Market
before
Saturday
Mexico.
morning. I can't wait, baby.
We're hitting ours too, probably, unless it rains. It's supposed to rain down here.
Day. First day of the farmers market is this Saturday.
That's fire. Ours was last weekend.
I am stoked. I'm like, dude, we're gonna find some good food, like bagels or something, bagels and coffee. And then we're just gonna walk around the farmers market and like look at what people have and look at their prices and stuff, and then we'll take another lap through and buy some stuff and just make a whole fucking morning out of it.
That's like my favorite like morning date with Maggie, dude. Like we'll literally just park downtown at like 9 a.m., go grab coffee somewhere, and then walk around. Like last weekend, we hit the record store when we got those Mac Miller ones, and then just like walked up and down the farmers market like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
It was just vibing. It was great.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it supposed to be nice this weekend?
Nah, it's gonna be shit. It's been shit all week.
Of course it is,
It's been
dude.
fucking gloomy and rainy.
Oh, for me, it's been fucking gorgeous all weekend, but I'm sitting inside staring out the window, and then as soon as I have any freedom, it's gonna be shitty.
Let's see. Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. It's gonna be 49. Partly sunny,
49.
but mostly cloudy.
Ooh.
9 o'clock is 54. 10 o'clock is 57. 11 o'clock 60. And 12 o'clock 63. But it's sunny that entire time, so it might actually be like 60. So not bad, you know, like jeans and a t-shirt. Bring a hoodie. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe you do.
Gene Simmons in a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's like perfect weather. Okay, 49 in the morning is gonna be tough.
I was gonna say, yeah, but you're not gonna be up and at 'em by then, right?
Nah, dude, because Friday Cinco de Mayo, baby.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, we're gonna go to this bar by TJ. He like invited us out. I haven't seen TJ in a minute, so I was like, yeah, dude, I'll come. And then I think Wig and Dion are gonna come with me too. I hit them up. So I'll probably Lex is gonna come pick me up after work. She was like, "No, because like, what if you don't want to leave?" And I'm like, "Now that Wig and Dion are going, that's a good point." But I was like, "Dude, it's Friday. You're not gonna get off until like 11:30 or later. Like, she always gets off at least no earlier than 11:30 usually."
Yeah.
And then it's like, a solid probably half hour to get there from your job. So by then, dude, it's midnight or later. Like, I don't really need to be out much later than that.
Right.
Forgot the
Dude,
farmer's market in the morning.
I was gonna say, I'm telling you, and we're just at an age now. Like Maggie and I last weekend went out to sushi at like our sushi place downtown does happy hour from 10 to 12. So we're like, fuck it,
Ooh.
let's go on like a late night sushi date. Also get some happy hour like while we're at it. So like, dude, 10:45 rolled around. We were back at the house. Flipped on Dave, and it was like not even 11 o'clock, and I was like, dude, I'm so beat. Like just being out of the house like past
And
like
also,
nine
yeah, but
o'clock makes me
sushi, I
so
feel like makes
tired.
you tired.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we were stuffing our face too.
Yeah, that's why I said to Lex. So we went to get ice cream last night. She got cut early because they were like, all right, we're gonna send somebody home, and none of the other people wanted to get cut, and Lex was like, fuck it, I'll leave. Um, I was like, yeah, let's take a ride to get some ice cream, and when you're going, it's like you get to this one light and then you make a right and the ice cream shop is like less than a quarter mile away. We're gonna make a left and the ice cream shop and then the sushi joint is less than a quarter mile away. And I'm like, dude, it sounds amazing, but it's like such a tease because it's like, oh, we'll just get sushi and then we'll go get ice cream. We'll have a whole fucking date. But then we always get all you can eat sushi because their all you can eat menu's banging. And then we're
All you could,
fucking
dude.
stuffed and we're like, yeah, no room
Yeah,
for ice cream, bro.
As, yeah, that's like the worst thing to like fill up onto after you eat sushi, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, like
Like in
we would
theory,
always,
it's good. In theory, like, oh hell
yeah,
yeah, dude,
sounds like a
sushi
fire
ice cream,
combo.
let's go do it. But like you have no self control. Instead of just getting like a roll and you split a roll or something. You go, all right, let's get all you can eat and we're gonna split 7.
And then not even think about ice
And
cream
also we're gonna get the
afterwards.
salad and the edamame and definitely the
Yeah,
shumai.
you have
Always get the
to. Yeah.
shumai.
Edamame is a must for me.
Yeah. If they have dumplings on there, maybe we'll get some of them.
Yeah.
But they're not walk and roll dumplings. Dude, I drove past Walk and Roll the other day. Lex's work did a little shower for her on Monday, so I drove past on my way there, and I was like, "Man, that sounds banging." And I'm like, "Oh, it's Monday." I'm like, "Yo, good looks." Like I don't need no fucking Walk and Roll. I'm trying to eat healthy. I definitely
The
don't need no
devil
Walk
can't
and Roll.
tempt me now.
Yeah, you can't tempt me if that bitch is closed.
Dude, nothing more heartbreaking than the time we were gonna
That
get it
time,
in
I know,
yeah.
I know. Yeah, that was tough. That
That one
hurt a
hurt the
lot.
soul, dude.
Yeah.
That one didn't
Um.
tickle my brain, it slapped it.
Yeah. I was like, "Hey, this is beat."
Hey, you're fucked.
Yeah. Um, More news. Lamar got his deal finalized.
That kind of
5
surprised me.
years, 260 million, 183 guaranteed allegedly. I don't think anything's been signed yet, so it's not like official, but those are the alleged details. Yeah, that's cool. Good for them. He got a
Uh
solid deal. I mean, look at Hurts's deal, 250, 175 guaranteed. Like Lamar's is comparable but a little bit more, which I don't understand because Lamar, what have you done?
he runs fast.
He's amazing, right? But he's
And he's
never
always
he,
hurt.
he hasn't been healthy, and he's only been to the playoffs once, and he didn't even make it to the championship game. I don't know how he didn't make it far.
No.
Jalen Hurts was just in the Super Bowl, had an MVP season. Caliber, MVP caliber. Should have
I
been
was gonna
MVP.
it
Snub
should have
the
been,
century.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Shout
I
out
was like
Joel Embiid, finally gets his MVP.
Embiid VP. I saw that
Yeah,
tweet, that was fire.
yeah, the MVP.
MVP'd.
Um,
Dude, the MVP peed in his pants.
haha. Um, Honestly, he should have won it last year.
Yeah.
But dude, good shit. Good for him. I'm glad he got it, dude. It meant a lot to him. He was like crying when he got it. I'm sure that's a big deal, dude. We're from
I
Cameroon. You're the fucking NBA's most valuable player.
should have been twice in a row. He got
Should
Aaron
have been.
Judge, bro. He got snubbed the
He
way
did
Aaron
get
Judge
snubbed.
did. Aaron Judge had the better
He
stats,
he
the
won by
same
a
way
lot.
Embiid did.
He had
Yeah,
like over 950, and Jokic had like 600 or something like that. So he won by more than 300 points. He had like 70 something first place votes, and I think Jokic had like 18.
did you see the
Tatum had the
Nuggets
rest. Or no,
like
Giannis
crying
had the
about it
rest.
on Twitter?
Were they crying about it?
They posted a picture of Jokic and they're just like hashtag our MVP. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
No. Could you imagine if he was back to back to back?
Oh my god. Has
There's
that
like
ever
a few
happened?
people. Yeah, there's a few people, and it's like Hall of Famers, people who are like regularly put on like people's Mount Rushmores, like Larry
Right.
Bird and shit like that,
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't look
like
at
goats.
Nikola Jokic like the same way it's Larry Bird or
He
Michael
doesn't even have a
Jordan or
fucking title,
no.
and he's like his team's not even that good.
They play tonight or did they play last night?
I don't know. Let's take a look. Take a look at what we got going on in the NBA. The Sixers, they beat the whatchamacallit, the Celtics in game 1.
I know they play tonight too, don't they?
They do. Yeah, that game's starting right about now. Oh no, game starts at 8. It's 7:30 right now. Um Let me see. Is there a way that I can like look at a bracket over here, dude? I just want to see like a
A
bracketology, dude.
bracket.
See all games. I'm gonna click on that. Oh yeah, playoff bracket. Yeah, that's what I want. All right,
Playoffs.
playoffs. Um, I don't. Oh, the Nuggets. The Nuggets lead 2-0 over the
They're such a
Suns.
they're such a boring team, dude.
I know. The Lakers beat the Warriors. They're up 1-0. Oh, so the Knicks. The Knicks lose game 1. Jimmy Butler
We should be up.
snaps,
We should be up 2-0, dude. That first game
but
was
you're
so
not.
fucking frustrating.
But you're not. I loved it because I just like Stephen A at halftime was getting me fired up, dude. He was like, at first he's like going crazy about how great the Knicks are, right? And then the next the other guy that they had was Michael Wilbon, and he pretty much was like, yeah, dude, like they're looking good, blah blah blah. And then it was Jalen Rose. It was those three, and then a Czech, host. And Jalen Rose was like, well, there are two teams here, so like let's talk about the other side of the ball because um the Heat are only shooting like 30 something percent and the Knicks are shooting 50 something percent. And like you got to think that even if the Knicks don't shoot worse, and like they're only down by 6, so even if the Knicks don't shoot worse in the next half, you got to think that the Heat are at least going to shoot better.
A little bit better, yeah.
Um,
And they did.
and then he was like, and also the Knicks are like 3 of 15 from 3 or 3 of 18 from 3 at half. Like that's not good. That's gonna have to improve. Like they're only up 6. You know what I mean? And it was like those like two big things. And Stephen A was like, no, no, no. He just starts yelling, and he's like, like, what are you doing? Just holler at this guy, and he's just
That's
like,
what he does.
He's like, no, I told you before this series. I told you they weren't going to be shooting as good. Their percentage wasn't going to be as good against the Knicks. Blah blah blah. Like the Knicks are good, blah. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude. Just because you're louder doesn't mean you're right.
That's the epitome of him
And it
being
was
on any
only
sports talk,
halftime.
dude.
He was so hype, and it was only halftime of game 1, and he was on his high horse against a fucking 8 seed Miami Heat team in the second round of the playoffs. And
Yeah.
and he's
I
like,
mean, dude,
he's
he was
getting
calling
so hype.
for.
I was like, dude, this is just so premature. You're off your rocker.
He was calling for them to go to the finals after they won the first round.
Wild.
He was like all the way to the finals. Like, dude, chill. Like, bro, relax. I get we haven't been here in 10 years, but
you
relax.
guys just got Aaron Rodgers. He did that whole speech a few years back. He fucking spelled it out. Told all the people to relax. You need some of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. But then Jimmy gets hurt. I don't know. So here's the thing. So
Does he still? You think he'll play Game 3?
I think he does. Apparently, he was walking around New York City 2 days ago. So the day in between games, he was walking around New York City. So I think that they were like, you know what? We came to New York. We did our job. We took one in New York, stole home court advantage. Let Jimmy rest for game 2. If we win, that's fucking dope. If not, we came here and we did our job, and he gets another couple days of rest before he has to play again. I'm thinking that's what happened.
I mean, it's scary, dude. Did you see him like waving at Knicks fans last night?
No.
I was like, bro, because I know the Knicks fans in that stadium are like hooting and hollering at Jimmy, chirping him, and he's like, dude, don't. Like, that's not the guy you want to do that to, because he's gonna take it out on you on the
Brooks
court, bro.
poking the bear.
I know,
Yo,
dude.
so speaking of him, actually, I don't even know why
Yo.
we're talking about him, but the Grizzlies were like, "Yeah, bro, we're not extending you, and
Under
you're not
any
gonna,
circumstance.
we're not gonna like pick up your option. We're not gonna re-sign you. You are not gonna be a Memphis Grizzly next year."
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, we said this on the podcast like 2 weeks ago. We're like, what is Dylan Brooks doing, bro? Like, you
Doing
know, that's LeBron
silly,
James, right?
silly.
Stupid
Yeah,
ass.
we'll see. I think Embiid's coming back tonight. I think
Yeah,
he apparently he
I
told the
saw something
Sixers
that
team
he
that
would
he
be
said he was coming
available.
back. So we'll see, dude. If the Sixers can go up 2 games to none, that'll be fucking
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying, dude.
I don't
Like,
think
if
they
the
do it
Knicks
though.
had won
They
the
were
first
like plus
game,
300 to win today. I don't think it happens.
but if they do, that's a huge, huge fucking step, like in winning that series, like momentum
Yeah,
wise.
yeah. And honestly, winning the East, I think they can beat the Heat and the Knicks. I feel more comfortable against the Heat and the Knicks than I do against the Celtics. I mean, I
Oh,
know we
for
can lose
sure.
to them teams because we have, and like they're both really good.
Well,
And
I think the
like
Celtics are a
the
better team than the
Sixers,
Knicks and the Heat.
right, right. So that's pretty much all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying cakewalk. I'm not saying if we beat the Celtics, we win the East. I'm just saying
I think if you beat the
I
Celtics,
think
you
this
guys
is
are
our
the
toughest
favorites.
battle.
Yeah,
Toughest
for
battle
sure.
until if you make it to the finals, possibly. Probably.
So if the Knicks, oh dude, if the Knicks and the Sixers came down to an Eastern Conference final, that would be electric, bro.
That would be electric,
That
dude.
would be, dude, in MSG and in Philly, like at Wells Fargo,
Yeah.
that would be insane.
Yeah.
That would be so fun to watch. I'd watch every single second of that series, dude. The amount of like
I
chirping
probably would
between
be too.
Embiid and just like everybody on the Knicks with that like
Yeah,
New York
dude.
grittiness meeting the Philly
Yeah.
grittiness, like that would be so fun to watch. Fuck the Heat, dude. That's what I want to see. That
I
would
guess,
almost be
but
more fun than watching the finals, dude. Because any team, like, all
it
right,
would
I
be. It
obviously if
definitely
you're a
would be for
Sixers
me
fan, but
because of you and because of like my boys that are Knicks fans at home. Like it would definitely be more fun because of that. But at the
yeah,
same time, I like Jimmy and the Heat, and I would love to see Jimmy and the Heat beat the Knicks too.
all right, fuck you then. Fuck the,
I'm just
I'm
saying.
rooting for the Celtics. Let's go, Jason Tatum. I love that boy.
Jason Tatum's so annoying because like he's
He is.
not
He
the
thinks he's
facilitator,
Kobe.
and he just kind of like hangs out around the 3-point line, and then like somebody else brings the ball up, right? Somebody
And
else is
he's
like
just like,
going to like set the pick and roll, and then they'll dish it out to him, and he's either
he just
sitting wide
shoot.
open for a three. I mean, he's nice with it. He's nice as fuck with it. Like he's got really good handles, and like his driving and like him one on one is really good. Don't get me wrong, but he's just like he always seems to be like set up in the perfect position because of the way that he is like an off ball player, right? Like. And Embiid is like the one that's always setting the pick and roll. Same with Jokic. Like they're like in on the action. Like it's always so focused on him and Harden or him and
Yeah.
Maxey, right? And then like it's not their star player being the kick out guy.
Yeah, I've never thought of him like that before, but it definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Because like
Like he
Derek
really,
White and Jalen Brown are the guards, like they bring the
yeah,
ball up, and
right,
he's the small forward. So it's not like the center is generally the one's going to come up and set the pick and roll and kind of get things going. Like if that's how your plays are going to start, right? But like I feel like Tatum isn't like he's not the facilitator, and he's not. I mean, it's not like he's definitely their guy, like he's their guy, but he's just not the guard that has the ball in his hand or like he's kind of like the focal point at the start of the play.
right. I kind of feel like that's how
That's
Julius
better.
Randle is on the Knicks.
Maybe the Knicks are interesting, dude. So what in game 2, Brunson had 30, and then Barrett had like 26, and Randall had like 25,
Yeah,
something like that. Dude. Like that's fucking solid. That's like elite production out of 3 of your studs. Your 3 studs.
dude. My favorite part about this Knicks team is like how on any given night when you watch them, you don't know like where the offensive production is going to come from, but you know it's going to
Right.
come. Like
Right.
they don't really put up duds like a lot towards the end of this year, like on offense. You're either going to get 35 out of Julius Randle, or you're going to get a combo of like Isaiah Quickly will come out of nowhere and put up like
Yeah.
23. Obviously, Jalen Brunson all year has probably been like our most consistent guy, but in game 2, dude, he like last night, late in the fourth quarter, my man was not missing, bro. He would just come down the court. I was literally sitting there like with Maggie, like after the Yankees game. I had the Knicks game on too, and like Jalen Brunson comes out on the court after scoring like back-to-back threes. I'm just like, I literally said out loud, I'm like, he's gonna heat check himself, and he just pulls up and lets it rip, dude. I'm like, oh my god, it was just like one of those basketball moments where like you
Yeah,
literally can't miss. It was awesome.
yeah, that's good shit. It's fun to watch, dude. When shit's clicking, it's fun to watch. That's what, dude. I like watching Maxey. I think he's really good. I think the Sixers should probably let Harden go. They got to stop paying him.
Yeah, I
Let
feel like you can
Harden
get more
go, dude.
value out of.
So we have Maxey, DeAnthony Melton, and Shake Milton, and those are all three good guards. We can kind of rotate between those three and get a fourth, right? And then use that cap space to get a small forward.
Who
And
would you
let
like?
Toby go too. Let Toby go and let
Yeah,
Paul Reed play the four, and then get a good small forward at the
B-ball
three.
Paul, baby.
Dude, yeah, I mean he's good. He's solid.
Yeah, he is.
I really would love Jimmy back if we could do that.
Dude, I think that's what it is too. Like, I just liked Jimmy Butler a lot more when he wasn't in Miami. Like when he was on
Yeah.
Philly and even Chicago. Like I just enjoyed Jimmy
Now it's
Butler.
like it feels like Jimmy Butler's just chilling until the playoffs, and then it was like he's playing every game. Like I
Right.
know that that's not true. Like I know he's balling all year
Yeah.
and like
But he's
busting
just
his
quiet
ass
about
all
it.
year. Yeah, just quiet about it. Doesn't get any hype. The Heat don't get any hype. They're a playing team. They're 8th seed. They
Yeah.
lost the first playing game, dude. Like they scraped by. Um,
But now that he's
and
like in the depths of it, dude,
in
it's
the
fucking
playoffs now he's like, all right,
terrifying.
let's ball the fuck out.
That's why when he was waving at Knicks fans last night, I was like, bro, please, please, don't let this be the high of this series for me. Please, just
He
don't.
dropped 100 across 2 games to close out the Bucks.
Yeah, that's
Right, because
terrifying,
he
dude.
scored 56 in their third win. And then he scored like
And it's like
45.
yeah, dude, it was yeah. On the one seed, not just any. It wasn't like the play in fucking. Granted, they
No.
barely scraped by in that, but still.
Sheesh.
How is on not to segue out of NBA? Is there anything else we want to cover?
Nah, what's up?
How was the? I didn't get to see, but how was Bryce's return to baseball last night?
Oh, dude, terrible. The Phillies been getting shit on.
Can't be any worse than the Yankees, dude.
It's
Promise.
bad. I lied. So Jimmy Butler only put up 42 in the final game of the series. So that only comes to 98 points. Fucking bum. Couldn't even hit
Same.
100.
Wilt Chamberlain did that in one.
So Monday morning, I wake up, or I am like, I go and I work out, I come back or whatever, and Lex is in bed, and she's like, Dodgers won 13-4 last night, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Who'd they play? And she was like, the Phillies, and I was like, oh. So then yesterday was Bryce's return, and I see the only thing I see, Trey Turner hit a fucking solo shot, a bomb to dead center, um, in the fourth, I think, and they were down 3-1. And that was the only highlight. They lost 13-1.
Oh no.
Yeah. But they were up today, from what I saw. And I guess the last notification, or let's see. Fuck you. As soon as I went to click on the MLB app notification, another like I got a
I hate
notification,
when
so
that
another one
happens,
slid
dude.
down.
That's so
Let's see.
annoying when that shit happens.
Holy fuck. Max Muncy hits a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. The Phillies win 10-6.
No way.
Bryson Stott tied it up 6-6 in the eighth with 2 outs. Bryson Stott tied it up. Or in top nine, sorry.
Wait, since when is Max Muncy? Wait, what? The
Max
Phillies
Muncy's a
won?
Dodger. No, the Dodgers won.
Oh, you
The
said the
games are in
Phillies won.
LA.
That's why I was confused. And then because you said Max Muncy hits a grand slam, the Phillies win it in the ninth 10-6. I was like, wait, what
Nah,
the
Phillies
fuck?
lose 10-6.
Oh, that's rough, dude.
Yeah, 2 outs top of the ninth. Bryson Stott singles. Harper scores to tie it up 6-6. And then they let up a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. That's good. Nice
What are you
bullpen.
guys? What are you guys sitting at? What's your record right now?
We're probably like 3 games under 500 now. We probably got back to 500, and now we just got swept by the Dodgers. Let's see, NL East. Mets 15-17, so 2 games under 500.
And you're in what, third,
Fourth.
fourth?
Yeah, Miami and the Mets are both 16-14.
What are the Nats like? Fucking 3-27.
11-18. Braves
uh,
are 20-10.
damn.
What if? There's no way that's even possible. If there were 4 teams from the NL East in the playoffs, all 3 wild card spots went to the NL East.
There was 3 in the AL East last year.
3 in the NL East too. Yeah, the East Beast.
The East Beast, dude. The AL East this year is fucking terrifying. The Yankees are in 5th place, and we're
Dead
like a
last.
game over 500.
Yeah, 16-15, and you're in dead last. Boston 17-14. The Blue Jays 18-12. The Orioles 20-9. They haven't even lost 10 games this year.
I know, dude.
And Tampa Bay on top 24-6.
Dude, it's bad. It is a bad. I'm telling you. So the other night. Remember when I sent
Right
you that?
now, dude, the top 3 wildcard teams are Baltimore, Toronto, and Boston in the AL.
Yeah, yeah. It's the AL Beast is real, dude. It's scary.
Yeah.
When the Orioles are like kicking your ass, it's it's
That's
not like
wild, dude.
it's not the Yankees, Rays, Blue Jays, and fucking Red Sox anymore in that division like it has been for the last 15 years.
Put some respect on the Orioles.
Dude, so the other night
The Pirates are 20-10, dude. They're like the
yeah, the
same as the
Pirates are like the
Orioles.
best team in the NL right now.
Well, they're the same as Atlanta. They're both 20-10.
Good year.
But expected out of Atlanta, but Pittsburgh is a good story.
Dude, so Domingo Germán the other night went into the 9th inning of a game, had a complete game shutty going, given up 1 hit, and like not walked anybody. Like he was a walk away from having he was a 1 hit and 1 walk away from having a perfect game. Like dude was dealing. And we're up 2-0, gives up 1 hit in the 9th, so gave up 2 hits all game, guy on first. And Aaron Boone, he only had like 86, 87 pitches, so he could have finished the job.
He's fresh, dude.
Fresh. Aaron Boone pulls him out and puts in Clay Holmes, and I'm sitting there like literally laying on Maggie. I'm like, Clay Holmes is going to come in this game. He's not going to be able to find the strike zone, and he's going to fucking give up the lead, or like runs are going to score on him. Watch. He proceeded to get a ground ball directly hit right back to him that he fucking flubbed off his glove and made an error on. And then he lost complete control of the strike zone, loaded the bases, gives up 1 run. Wandy Peralta comes in with the bases loaded, gives up another run, and then walks the go-ahead run in. And then the Yankees
That's tough.
go
You
1, 2,
lost
3
on a
in the bottom of
walk-off
the ninth.
walk?
No, it wasn't even walk-off because it was at New York. So it was like we still had the bottom of the 9th, and then we got sat down 1, 2, 3, and I was just like, dude,
Damn.
crushing loss. Like
that is horrendous.
The game was an hour and 40 minutes long until that happened.
What did Booner and them say in the press conference afterwards? Because they had to be asking him about it. Like, why the fuck did you take Germán out?
He was basically saying, like, if I left Germán in there and he gave up a 2-run bomb, which he has gotten knocked around with the home runs this year a little bit, and he's given up like 7 or 8 home runs. It's like, if I leave Germán in there and he gives up a 2-run bomb, then like it's all subjective. Like then I made the wrong decision not to take him out. You know what I mean? It's like I go to Clay there.
I think that the fans would be way less upset.
Well, yeah, I get that, and you can't make decisions based off of how the fans feel. But when he was taking Germán out, the fans were booing him relentlessly. Like you heard it on the TV. Like everybody in the stadium was booing him for doing it. And then Clay Holmes comes in and fucking loses us the game.
That's funny,
dude. I have not been that like angry at my baseball team in so long. Like I was like yelling at the TV. I was like, what are we doing? Like this is not baseball. What the fuck are we doing? Like I don't understand what is the logic behind these decisions? Because I just don't get it, dude. Like any other team in the league would have like some sort of sense to be like, hey, maybe we have some sort of feel for the game and we don't follow every single analytical like decision. Like numbers don't tell the game on every single play and every single decision. Let's have a feel for the game for once. And the Yankees just don't do that. And we have 13 guys on the IL. We have like over $125 million on the IL right now from our payroll. We just had all 4 of the guys that Brian Cashman traded for last year at the deadline have not played a single inning this year, and 3 of the 4 won't play a single inning this year because they're all out for the rest of the year. Frankie Montas pitched like shit for 3 weeks last year when we traded for him. He's gotten Tommy John or some sort of surgery, so he's out for the entire year. Lou Trevino, one of the relievers we traded for, just announced that he's getting Tommy John surgery today, so he's out for the year. Carlos Rodon got hurt in his first spring training appearance, and then on his way back, hurt his back, and then on his way back from hurting his back, from hurting his shoulder, hurts his back again. So who knows when the fuck he's back? Giancarlo Stanton has played 40% of his Yankees career on the IL. Like, that's a real number. Almost half of his career for the Yankees has been spent on the IL. Judge just got hurt, and even then, like, he wasn't obviously repeating. He can't repeat his season from last year every year. You can't
No.
expect him to. What else is there, dude? Fucking Harrison Bader just came back last night, and he's a career 245 hitter, so it's not like he's going to really bring anything to the table when it comes down to it, like offensively.
Hey man, you can't be limiting him, dude. He could be great.
He's a career 245 hitter, which the Yankees desperately need right now, dude, because everybody else is batting like 135. We have Aaron Hicks, who has an OPS of like 250 right now, dude. His OPS is lower than some people's batting averages. That's how bad he is. Like, he's bad.
That's really bad.
Yeah, dude. And he's like, I almost feel bad for him at this point because there was a video of him that came out when the Yankees fans in right field were doing roll call the other night, calling his name, and he just like didn't acknowledge them. And then eventually, like, obviously they're not going to stop until you acknowledge them. That's the whole point of doing it. So he just like didn't even look at him and just went like this with his glove. And it's like, dude, Hicks is over being here. I don't blame him. I don't want him here anymore. Like, this is not working out in any regard. Why is he still playing for this baseball team? Like, it's the most clear as day decision.
Yeah, dude. At this point, just fucking cut him and bring somebody up from
But
AAA,
but
even
he
if that's all you're
can't, dude.
doing.
It's Brian Cashman, bro. He has an ego where he's like, oh, I signed this guy to a fucking 7-year, $80 million deal. I'm going to look bad if I DFA him and send him down because I have to admit it was my mistake to do so. He can't do that, bro. That's his problem. He does that with every fucking player he has. Aaron Hicks, like anybody he has made like a bad signing for, Josh Donaldson is making $27 million a year as a 37-year-old who's not even, that's another one. He's been hurt all year. $37 million a year for him, for Josh Donaldson, bro. And he won't like not play him because he's like, oh, I'm spending $25 million a year on this guy that I didn't need. The only reason I have him is because I wanted to get rid of Gary Sanchez. So I traded him, and Gio Urshela, who's a very fine, serviceable third baseman, was not the issue on the Yankees team at all. Was actually very good. Dude, he's won the Gold Glove like multiple times. And he's like, let me trade Gio Urshela and Gary Sanchez for IKF and Josh Donaldson. That might be the worst trade in Yankees history, if I'm being honest, dude.
That might be.
It really might be. And he's just like, that's a championship caliber team. No, it's not, dude. We can't stay healthy and we can't win baseball games. Since June 24th of last year, we're 2 games over 500. That's not a bad stretch. That's just a bad baseball team. Like, at this point, that's just a bad baseball team, dude. That's like 120 games.
Yeah, that's almost a year. I mean, that's 2/3 of a season.
Like, we went on a crazy start last year, and since like literally right before the All-Star break, since then we have been just barely getting by. 2 games over 500. And in the AL East, that's not going to get you anywhere, dude. The only reason we won the AL East last year is because of that great start we had. It allowed us to slip up and still have that giant lead.
Yeah, you guys are right around 500 right now, but at least you guys are a game above 500. The Phillies, this is what the Phillies do. They win a game, then they win a game, then they win a game, and then or they win like a couple series back to back, and then you're like, cool, we're back to 500. Like, we're gonna keep these winning ways going, and then they get swept by the Dodgers, or they get swept by the Reds, or maybe the Yankees, or could be the Mets. It doesn't really matter, but they'll get swept by somebody, and then you're like, oh, nice. Now we're back to 3-4 games under 500 after we kind of got back
just
to
climbed our way back
place.
out. That's like the black hole of baseball too, dude. Like, I'd almost rather know that my team's not gonna win. Like, my team's gonna win 60 games and be out of it early on instead of invest my time.
I can stop watching.
Right.
Like, I didn't
dude.
watch the Flyers this year, like, for the back half of the season because they were very bad. They were bad the whole season. But once I was like, oh yeah, there's no fucking way these guys are turning it around. I was like, I'm not worried about this, and I'm not gonna watch it, and I'm gonna spend my time. I'm gonna waste it some other way.
I would still watch, but I would know in my head, like, I wouldn't have expectations of this team's going to be in the playoffs. We have a chance, like, our window's open. I would still watch just to watch like the young kids and see how they develop and like, just for like the camaraderie of like
the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched any
I
like
don't.
dude, we were losing 15-4 the other night, and I was watching the game still. Maggie comes up, she's like, "You're still watching this?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, I torture myself. Okay, I don't know why I do it, but I do it."
I do it.
IKF was pitching. Why am I still watching this game?
Was he really?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, the ultimate fucking Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, he went 1 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, bro. Give him the Cy Young now.
I would.
He's
You want
definitely
to
in
see
the
something
running.
dope?
Yeah.
So I got this raw lighter,
Oh yeah.
and if you, so there's this piece right here that you like spin, and that's how you light it, right?
Yeah.
And it pulls out. You pull it out, and it's a fucking
Oh yeah,
poker.
yeah, 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 yeah. Shane used to have one of those.
That's so dope, dude. And they have fucking things on the back you can refill 'em like a Zippo.
Oh, that's cool. Where you put like the
Yeah, it
gas
just takes
in.
butane in it. Yeah,
That's pretty dope. Where'd you
you
get?
can
Did
have
you
this.
like order that, or was you just
No,
fucking stumble upon it?
I got this from Lex's dad, in a pack, in that pack with the tray.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, they gave me like 2 of them.
I always liked using the little scraper that like came with your grinder.
Yeah,
Like when you were with the Keef, you'd like get it all like scraped out and cleaned out, dude. That was
I'm
always
gonna
like
get a.
a
I think I want to get a guitar pick because I have like a paper, like mine's like a paper triangle, and it's just really not doing the job for me.
oh you got dude the plastic ones that build up like the gunk on the bottom of them after a while work the best because then you can just sweep it across and it like everything just sticks to it.
Hmm.
You get in there with the edge and just. I
Oh,
used to
those ones
sit
that
there
are
and
like
like
little
carve my
mini
shit out.
like shovels kind
Shovels.
of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got hella keep these days. I
Not
just be
me, son.
sprinkling
I
it
just got.
here, sprinkling it there.
Dude,
Here's some
I
keef,
don't
there
know.
leaf.
I
Keef.
don't know why. Here's a Keef, there a leaf, everywhere a Keef leaf. Old Mick Keef, man had a
had a
farm.
had a can of farm.
Keefi, yo. I don't know why that just made me think of this, but I found this TikTok page where this girl just makes like animations, like shitty cartoons over like people getting pulled over by cops or like 911 calls. And they're usually just like drunk idiots, like DUIs, where it's like this person's like blacked out drunk and they're just like it's just a conversation of them and the cop and it's like funny, but she animates it to where it's like the person's like a random bird or like that, or like the cop is just like a horse but like in a cop costume. It's dude, it's
Hmm.
so funny. So I heard this one the other night, or I watched this one, and it was this 911 call of this homeless man claiming to be named Jesus Christ, and he was calling on himself, like he was calling the cops on himself because he was hungry and he broke into a Pizza Hut and just like ate a pizza because he was really hungry. And he was like, the cop on the other line, the 911 operator was like, "What's your name?" And he was like, "Jesus." "Okay, Jesus, what's your last name?" "Christ." And he was like, "So you broke in the window or you broke down the door?" He's like, "Yeah, I broke through the window." He's like, "Of the Pizza Hut?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why, to eat a pizza?" He was like, "Yeah, and I had a Mountain Dew." And he was like, "Okay, do you have any weapons on you?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm not violent. I'm Jesus Christ. I'm from heaven." It's just some homeless dude probably cracked out of his mind just claiming to be Jesus and broke into a Pizza Hut to have a Mountain Dew and a pizza.
That's awesome.
I'll have to send it to you, dude. It was so funny. But I got stuck for like 40 minutes just scrolling through all these like videos, like these 35-second, 40-second videos of like these interactions just animated as fucking random animals. He's like, "I had a
No,
Mountain
I'm
Dew."
not violent, dude. I'm Jesus
"I'm
Christ. I came
Jesus
down from
Christ."
heaven.
It's like, "What's your name?" "Jesus." "All right, Jesus, what's your last name?" "Christ."
All right, we're gonna do a sprint to the finish here.
All right.
NFL draft. We'll start with the Eagles. They trade up from 10 to 9 to snag Jalen Carter, certified stud defensive tackle from Georgia. And then with the 30 pick, they take Nolan Smith, certified stud linebacker, Georgia. Rest of the draft, they go Tyler Steen, offensive lineman from Bama. I think he's a tackle. Sidney Brown, safety from Illinois. I like that. Maybe like a CJ GJ replacement, like down the line, or maybe right away. Um, Keely Ringo, a cornerback from Georgia.
Keely
That's,
Ringo.
I mean, from Georgia, he's a tested corner.
Yeah.
Um, and you let him develop behind Slay and Bradbury for 3 years anyway. Maybe he plays a little bit of slot. I mean, but Maddox is there. Maybe Maddox moves to safety and you play him at slot. We drafted a quarterback, Tanner McKee. I don't even know where he's from. And then a defensive tackle, Moro Ojomo. Or maybe it's Ojomo. It's Ojomo. Moro Ojomo.
Oyomo.
Moro Ojomo. Why do I make him Chinese or Asian? That seems pretty fucked up. Maybe it's Ohomo. I don't know. From Texas. Hook 'em horns.
Homo. Hook 'em horns.
And also the Eagles get DeAndre Swift. They traded for him. So they did a 7th round pick swap, and then they gave them a 4th in 2025. But the Eagles will get a compensatory pick if DeAndre Swift doesn't play for them the season after this one coming up.
Oh, I thought it was like he had to like play in a certain amount of games this year.
It might be that. No, I think it's if he doesn't come back next year. And it's not that's like a compensatory pick if he walks as a free agent, and it's not like compensation from the where is he coming from? The Lions. It's not from them. It's like with the NFL. Like if he walks, the NFL will give him a compensatory pick.
Yeah.
But he's only 1 point.
Do they do that for like most trades? The NFL?
I believe so. If people are on like expiring contracts. I'm not sure the specifics of it all, but I know those exist. And the language from Shefty's tweet made it seem like that was it. It was one of those. And his cap hit is only going to be 1.77 million next year.
Damn. Dude, imagine getting drafted as a quarterback to the Eagles like a few days after Jalen Hurts gets like a
5-year, $250 million extension on top of the last year left on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm backup QBing for the next 5 years.
All right.
Keep this thing loose for you.
Uncle Rico over here. Let's throw this football over the mountains.
And then running backs in the draft, Bijan goes to Atlanta. Mayo fucked me. I'd offered him the 202 for Algier.
I saw that, dude.
And then as soon as fucking Bijan got drafted, he was like, accept. And I was like, wow, bro, wow.
You know he was sitting on that too, knowing Mayo, dude. And I know he's listening too. I bet he's laughing his ass off right now.
Did me so dirty, bro. It is what it is. Good play by him. I gotta start you can send like exploding trades that'll like expire in a day. You know what I mean? I gotta start doing that.
I didn't know that.
Like, yeah, you can do that.
You just send trades and then forget about them.
And then they sit there and you forget about them. And they're like, oh fuck. Yeah, so I gotta do that. And then so he'll be fine there. I don't know how Algier's gonna work. I think they'll just have them both play together. I'm not sure. Well, they have Arthur Smith, so Bijan's probably gonna be the guy. But if something happens to him, then they do have Algier. Because Arthur Smith's coming from like he was the guy at Tennessee, and like Derrick Henry was the man. Like that's the kind of system that he runs, like a 1-down like stud back.
Right.
Makes sense they got him, honestly.
Do you think Derrick Henry's gonna end up anywhere else?
Maybe.
He's been like in trade talks recently, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be smart to trade him. He's got a few good years left. I think he's like got like this year. I think he's gonna be good, and I think there's a possibility next year he's good, and after that probably not.
Yeah.
But I think definitely one more, if not 2 more years, he's gonna be good.
What about Zeke? You think he lands anywhere?
He'll land somewhere, dude. He might land back with Dallas on a fucking cheap ass deal.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't really get anything offered,
could you imagine if the Bengals traded for Derrick Henry?
No.
That'd be unreal.
Dude, that'd be the fucking AFC Championship game every year for the next 3 years would be Bengals and fucking Chiefs.
And they wouldn't even have to use him that much.
I know. That'd be
like,
scary.
yeah, we're going to have an air raid offense, but when we run the ball, it's going to be with Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Hey, maybe that's what he needs, dude, because like he's been getting like 20 fucking carries a game in Tennessee, and that's probably
he's
like
been hitting that 350 carry mark a year, like consecutively, and that's like detrimental to quarterbacks or running backs. Sorry, Like that number is like
Could you imagine?
like David Johnson the year before he got hurt, he had like over 350, and I set Nick Forlenza had the number 1 pick in
Number one
our
pick.
fantasy draft the next year, and I was like, dude, I wouldn't take him. He's gonna get hurt. And Nick was like, fuck you, I'm not listening to you. You want to take him, so he took him first overall, and then he got hurt, and I was like, I tried to warn you, and I told you why. I didn't even want him if you didn't take him.
Yeah, I remember that was the year we drafted like at in
Quail.
Kiskadee, right?
No,
Oh, it was in
no, no,
Quail?
no, no, no. Yeah. Yeah. No.
I don't even remember the draft in Quail.
Yeah, it was in Quail.
When
100% it was in Quail.
when he was a Cardinal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was my senior year. Yeah, 100% because I read that fact in a magazine that I snagged in the New Orleans airport coming home from my fraternity thing that
Of course
August.
you did.
I was like, dude, I'm about to be bored here. I'll just snag this fantasy magazine and like do a little research. And
I didn't realize I was sitting in the dark for so long. God damn.
hello, darkness, my
old friend.
Yeah, and then the year before that, we did it at our crib in Beaver, my crib in Beaver.
I remember the Beaver one. I remember the Kiskadee one. I don't really remember the Quail. Where did we hang up the draft board in Quail? Was it right next to the door?
No, we hung it up where the second couch was, like that, where Jordan slept.
Oh, right. Yeah. Waldo and Jordan's room.
Yeah. Yeah, we had it there, and that's how we did it. It was pretty perfect. I don't even remember doing one in Kiskadee.
Yeah, I think that was like our first one. Like before. I think it was before Beaver, the year before Beaver Creek.
Did we?
Yeah, we for
I
sure
didn't think
did.
we had a league in that year.
Yeah, we did it on ESPN for a few years, and it was like the first year we had the ESPN league with everyone. We did it at Journey's house.
Really?
Yeah, because I think wasn't Nick the commissioner at first?
I think he was.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we did it at his and Journey's house. Like, because didn't they live together in Kiskadee?
I think so.
And then it was Beaver, and then Quail. Damn, it's so crazy that it does not feel like we've had this league for that long, but it's been like 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
In a minute, I'm gonna need to draft a real fucking quarterback.
Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs goes to Detroit, joins David Montgomery. They trade away DeAndre Swift. He's good, and he's like fast. He's like small and fast, where Montgomery's a little more of a bruiser. So I think they'll be a good complement to each other.
Nice little 1-2 punch.
Yep. Kendre Miller to New Orleans, so he'll probably have a good role kind of right off the bat because Kamara's probably gonna get suspended once his legal shit gets sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zach Charbonnet to Seattle. That sucks because a lot of people like him, and they have Kenneth Walker. So it's like, fuck, you're going somewhere with a great young running back who was a rookie last year.
Yeah, I feel like a bunch of teams did that this year, dude.
Yeah, booty cheeks, terrible. And then when you get into wide receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the number 1 wide receiver, also gets drafted to Seattle. And you're like, dude, they got DK and Lockett.
Yeah, but I think Tyler Lockett's more like closer to on his way out.
Yeah, I agree. And now you're like, now we got 2 stud wide receivers for a while with DK and JSN.
I wouldn't be surprised if DK gets like pissed off at Seattle and like leaves in a year or two. Unless they just signed him, but I don't think they did, right?
I don't know.
I don't think they gave him an extension.
He's a stud.
Yeah, dude, could you imagine if we had DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, and Devonta Smith as like our 1, 2, and 3?
You could never afford that.
No, but I mean, if you draft right, maybe, and like trade at the right time, you could for like a year or two, but now. Not now, you couldn't.
Because AJ Brown's already on an elite contract, and Devonta Smith's only got like a couple years left on his rookie deal, and then he's got to get signed. And DK, I think I feel
like DK's got to be close to getting a contract, right? He's been in the league a few years.
Yeah, because I think he came in the year before Devonta, so he's probably got 1 year left, right? Devonta's already had 2 seasons. Last year was his sophomore year.
Yeah.
So DK has had 3, and your rookie deals are normally 4. So this would be his last year on his rookie deal, unless it becomes with a 5th-year option to extend. Some come with a 5th-year option. So
Imagine
I
those
don't
three,
know.
and then Derrick Henry and Jalen Hurts.
Whoa, Derrick
Deon-
Henry on the team too.
DeAndre Swift is our backup. Come on, dude. Let's just turn like force trades on, like we do in Madden.
Yeah, all right.
I used to do that shit all the time, bro. Just have like the
Dude,
most
I know.
unreal team
I got a nice squad. So I did a dynasty draft, right?
in
And
Madden.
yeah, and for like a franchise, right? Like we started with like a draft, the whole league. My team's nice because I got mad old heads, but like for the first like 4-ish years, like it don't matter
Right.
because like they're not that like they can still play and it's just Madden, and they
Yeah.
literally get better throughout the season. Like they'll progress throughout the season because like they'll play well and they'll get better, and then like you'll advance the season, and then the next season their stats will drop, and then they'll get better throughout the season, and then their
Right.
stats will drop. Um, so like every year they're a little bit worse than the year before, but they're still studs. So I would just have like all these old heads on my team, like 35-year-old linemen, like offensive linemen, like the entire O
Yeah,
line
the
that nobody else
best line
wanted.
in the league.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Because like I mean, I'm not gonna do fucking 10 years of a team of a
Right.
franchise.
Right.
So like it's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
do 2,
matter.
3 max.
Yeah. I did a bunch
And
with this because I never got a new Madden after Madden 21, and like I'll go through spurts where I'll fuck around with Madden a lot, and then I'll just play the franchise at this point.
I'm pretty sure 23 right now is on Game Pass.
You should download it.
I think I do have it downloaded.
Ooh, maybe I'll download it. I love that with Game Pass. If you download something, then I can download it for free because we
Oh,
both
you
share.
can't just like go on Game Pass? Since I have Game Pass, you can't just like go on it and download whatever you want.
Maybe. I don't know.
You should
But
check next time
everything
you're on.
but like with MLB it was just like, yeah, oh, maybe I could just sign in as you, go on Game Pass, download whatever I want.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe I could do that.
They usually got some good stuff on there. I know like a lot of EA, like FIFA will probably be added like within a month or something. Like cuz we're probably like what, we're 4 months out from August? No, not even. June, July. We're 3 months out from August. So like Madden 23 comes out, or Madden 24 comes out in August, so you get 3 months of Madden 23 basically for, no, not for free because you pay for Game Pass, but
Right.
I think it's like $10 or $15 a month for Game Pass, and it's just like you have like a giant library of games that you can just play for free or download for free whenever you want. So it's
Yeah,
definitely worth it, but
it is because you play a lot of games. But I mean, and the games are expensive, right? Like, but if you think about it, it's probably 15 a month. But let's say it's 10. That's 120 in a year. That's 2 games.
that's 2 games, and you get probably like more than
Yeah,
100 games to play.
but you don't get them all when they come out, do you?
Some of them you do, like MLB I did.
Right. But like FIFA, you don't.
FIFA I don't.
What about Cho?
I think Chell 23 is on there now. May actually, I don't know. I'd have to look. But there's like surprisingly a lot of new games on there. It's not like, when the new Harry Potter came out, it wasn't like, oh, it's on Game Pass because it's, they got to make their money. And also I think it
Right.
depends on like some sort of like partnerships or agreements that some game
Yeah.
studios have with Microsoft, where it's like
Yeah.
MLB was a PlayStation Studios game for the longest time, but Xbox was like, yo, we'll throw your game on our Game Pass when it's free for people who have Game Pass and just get you a bunch more fucking people playing your game.
Right, because they won't have to pay for it. They're paying for Game Pass.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have it if I had to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, what, 3 years since it came over to Xbox? I haven't paid for the last 3. It's been pretty nice.
That's dope.
I played a lot, so I'm getting my money's worth.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, economically, you're killing it, dude, with Game Pass.
I'm an economical gamer, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
seriously.
dude, Fortnite just so like tomorrow's Star Wars Day, right? And it's like May is considered like Star Wars month.
Right.
So Fortnite did their new season just dropped, and they just did like a whole Star Wars version of Fortnite, dude. You can play as like Anakin and clone troopers and Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, all these skins. you got lightsabers in the game. There's like you can use like the Force and stuff instead of guns. Like I'm like, damn, dude. Like I haven't played Fortnite in a minute, but they might be reeling me
They
back
might
in.
be getting your ass.
Yeah, I think they are, bro. Because I was watching videos of it on Instagram, like on my lunch break today, and I was like, damn. I'm not really about the Fortnite life anymore, but this looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're pulling my
I won't be
heartstrings
on
here.
Fortnite.
They got all these crazy like anime crossovers, and now it's like all this Fortnite or Star Wars stuff. And I'm like, oh man, dude.
Yeah, I won't be on there with you, but I mean, I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
That might be the game I've played the most in my life, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, unless you just were like COD,
Yeah, like
but
COD
individual
overall, but like
CODs.
individual CODs, my most played was probably the OG MW2. But also, I played a lot of like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and like game battles and stuff too. So I don't
But
know, but
also, you probably played like you did those for like a year, and then a new COD came out.
yeah, Fortnite's
And
been out for like
Fortnite,
8 years, dude.
you have played like
For 8
like
years,
much. Maybe not entirely for 8 years,
not
but like
entirely, but it's
for
probably like 5 or 6.
and for like big chunks of them, like you played a lot of Fortnite. So it was like,
Dude, from the moment we
yeah,
lived on Quail, like Fortnite came out like a month after we moved into Quail. From then until like maybe a year ago when I stopped playing Fortnite, and that was like the other than when I'd play sports games, like that's the only game I was playing, dude. I would hop on me and Journey and like Doobie and Jordan or Waldo. Like there's just always like a squad online to play with. Just hop on and
yeah,
play Fortnite.
that's good shit. It's a lot of Fort busy.
Yeah, it's a lot of Fort busy, and it kind of sucks because like Fortnite changes so much. So it's like you fall in love with like a certain season or map or way the game's played, and then you're like 2 months later, it's like fuck, no, I'm not gonna play for 3 months because fuck the season.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Cause like, don't they like change? They like nerf guns and stuff in new
They
seasons and
vault
stuff like that.
guns, they vault weapons, they nerf shit, they change the map, like they add stuff that's just like not enjoyable, and
And you're like, wow, this is fucking
sometimes it hits.
stupid.
Like sometimes it's like really fun, and then other
Sometimes it's
times,
Star Wars.
yeah, sometimes it's Star Wars, other times it's Spider-Man, and then other times you get like the season 10 of chapter 1, dude, like probably like 2 or 3 years ago, was they released like these transformer type looking things called mechs, and it was just a giant robot suit you got in, and it was like anytime you like came upon one on the map, like anytime somebody had one, it was like an instant win for them. Like it was like 10,000 health and like just instant kills, and it was just like, dude, this is so dumb. Like this isn't Fortnite,
Yeah,
and they just do
I don't want
stupid
this
shit like
fucking
that.
robot guy to come and beat me.
Right, this is a battle royale. Why am I fighting Optimus Prime with a fucking shotgun right now, bro?
Optimus Prime with a shotgun.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
I like that.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't even fun to like get in the mech and then win that way because it's just like, all right, dude, like I'm
Feels like
just
a cheap win.
blasting. Yeah, I'm just blasting 7 missiles a second at this guy, and he's just dying instantly. And I'm like, oh yeah, fuck with me, dude. I have the suit and you don't. It's not that I
Hey, I'd
outblast
take it,
you.
man. That's how they help out bums like me.
That's what it was too. It was like they were trying to cater to the casual player. That was the whole reason, like behind it.
For sure.
And everybody that was super into Fortnite were like, "Fuck this, dude! I can't sweat on these things."
Yeah. I don't know. You're not gonna find me on Fortnite. I'm booty at the game, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
If you weren't like addicted to it years ago when it first came out, like at this point, you're probably never gonna be into it or good at it. Like it's so hard to like pick up Fortnite for the first time now, or like after you've like really ever played it, and like try and get good at it because it's just, dude, they have 15 million followers on Twitter. Like that game is like planet like worldwide fucking phenom for the longest time. Like the
Yeah,
biggest
that's
game of all
true.
time. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Isn't that wild? Remember when we first played it? We're like, yeah, this game's dope, and then it just became like this giant, like mammoth fucking corporation of a game. Probably makes billions of dollars now.
Yeah, dude, they make so much money hand over
So
fist with people buying
stupid money,
skins and stuff
dude.
like that.
And it's
Dude,
a brilliant idea. Like the
that's the
business plan
best
is
fucking
brilliant.
video game business model. Make
Yeah.
the game free and then, make, purchasable things inside the game and like
But like not even just purchasable stuff, like the fact that like Fortnite's purchasable stuff is like collecting. It's like the same as collecting items, dude. Because there are skins
yeah,
that come through the Fortnite that are or the
yeah.
store that
And
are
like
rare.
dude, but that's like kind of the same thing as like FIFA where it's like they'll do like team of the season jerseys, right? And like only like those kits are like from specific, or you get like certain kits for like winning tournaments and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they only have certain like special kits available for like a week or two at a time. It's kind of like that, but
It's
you get
yeah,
a
but
new
it's.
FIFA every year, so then
I
it
was gonna
resets.
say,
But
dude,
what
all
if
your shit
FIFA? What if
resets.
Ultimate Team just kept going forever? What if FIFA just kept going forever?
I feel like you would. There's not enough like player like you would run out of like cards to be like, ooh, like I'm getting the special card for my FIFA. Like it'd be cool if you had like cosmetics for that, like right, like you could have like jerseys from old FIFA like transfer over to your Ultimate Team. But like if your team, like your actual team, transferred over, well, actually I don't know, it would be kind of cool to use like a Ronaldinho card from like FIFA 14 and like today's new FIFA without having to like try
Yeah,
and get his like legend card. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They should just keep the database of players they've had in any FIFA and let like Ultimate
Or
Team.
like, what if they did this? What if they did? We're gonna keep cards for like 2 or 3 years, right? And then they'll expire. Or
That
maybe
would
you
be
do it
cool.
forever.
That would be cool. Yeah, I feel like at that point you
Cause
might as
like
well just
but
keep them on forever.
yeah, I guess. But
Like
then it
dude,
just
how
maybe it
cool would
just
it
gets
be?
too big. Like the
How cool would
transfer
it be
market maybe
though?
would just be too big.
Nah, bro, it would be fine. I mean, it'd be fine. It's the
And but
same thing
here's
in
the thing:
Fortnite.
everybody would have like full 99 overalls across the board because they wouldn't fucking mean anything.
I mean, that's what MLB is. And also,
That's true.
I think it would be cool to be like playing FIFA 23, right? Like Ultimate Team head to head, and you like match up with the kid, and he's like his center mid is like FIFA 15 Ronaldinho, or like
Or like
or
FIFA,
like
their
FIFA.
striker is like FIFA 10 Drogba.
Yeah, or like Neymar before he was on Barcelona, like when he was still playing for Santos, like when he was like super
Yeah,
crazy nice in like FIFA 13 or
yeah,
FIFA
yeah,
12.
yeah.
That would be so cool, dude. Or
But
like
the
even
thing
like
is, like,
Robinho or people like
does
that. That
does the game evolve? Maybe you can just update those older cards because like the game itself has probably evolved so much from those older FIFAs.
yeah,
You know what I
for
mean? But
sure
you
does.
but
But
if that's
Fortnite does it.
possible, you can just update the older cards.
You wouldn't even need
That's
to update the cards. Just have the cards play to the software, like the way Fortnite does it. Like you don't have to update skins every time they change the game. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I feel like it's like that's easier
The
to
way
apply.
yeah,
Like a
because
skin
you'd
is
have
just
to
the
play
way
like
somebody looks,
something looks right.
but their card and their attributes is like and like their card dictates how they play and like how good they are and how good their play style and like their play style and stuff like that.
And
So
that
like
changes like in different types of like
right,
in different
right. If
FIFAs. Yeah.
there's like big updates to the way the game works or like new additions to like let's say like there used to not be a finesse shot, right? But now there is. Now you have to kind of factor that in and then like update a card to give them a finesse shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd probably be a lot after like 10 years too.
Right, because then if you have an update, like if you have yeah, you have a database of 20 years worth of cards, and then you make like an update to the way the game works or some shit, the way the players kind of like play, then you have to go back and retrospectively update all those cards. But
Yeah.
you keep it at expire, let them expire after 2 or 3 years, then it's like okay, the cards are going to be relatively like recent to like the way that the game operates and stuff like that. It'll keep everything like pretty relevant and will it's enough time where you can like still use a card for a few years before you have to like get rid of it and upgrade it.
Yeah, cuz I
It'll
know
make the game free.
they changed the what's it called? Like the way like the software engine, the gaming engine, like every few years. Like remember when Frostbite engine came out for FIFA and that was like their whole shtick was like
Yeah.
now on Frostbite. Yeah, that'd probably like be super hard to transfer over like if you're doing stuff like that, especially with new consoles and new like tech that's coming out.
Yeah. Well, now it's going to be EAFC. I'm really interested to see how that all shakes out.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm sure the game will be the same. It's just not gonna have any of the licensing stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'll probably just play more Ultimate Team.
true. Yeah. I mean, I play seasons, but that's about it. Like other than
But
Ultimate
even
Team,
then,
I
will
don't.
they be able to like use the players and stuff? Oh, you know
I don't
what?
know.
So this is what happened. Um, they used to go to FIFA and they would get an agreement with FIFA like hey, we're going to have rights to all your players and stuff like that and all your name and image and likeness. And now they said fuck FIFA, we're going to go straight to the clubs. And I think they went straight to the clubs and like I think that has something to do with it. Instead of going through FIFA, they're like, all right, we're just going to undercut you guys, get agreements with every individual club.
That makes sense because that's why it's not called. They're just changing the name from FIFA to EAFC. Like they're still gonna have the
Yeah,
teams and players' names, like marketability and stuff
yeah.
like that.
They
That
might
makes
not
a lot
have
of
the
sense.
Champions League though, and like that kind of stuff.
Well, that's UEFA, isn't it?
But that's part of FIFA. That's the UEFA is like the European portion of FIFA.
Portion of FIFA. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
because it's like the UEFA Euro Cup, you know what I mean, and then
Right,
the FIFA
right.
World Cup, and then CONCACAF is just like a piece of FIFA.
Yeah. I mean, who
They don't
cares?
have
I
CONCACAF
never played
Champions
Champions
League in
League.
FIFA.
I didn't play
I
any
did a
Champions
manager
League in
mode. I
FIFA
started a
anyway.
new MLS team. I did manager mode. I'm a new MLS team, expansion squad. They're nice. The boys are nice.
No CONCACAF Champions League?
No CONCACAF, and I was like, oh, I thought I would be able to do like they have that now. I thought I'd be able to do that, or at least like work up to qualify for it. But it'll say like, do you want to do like the cups or whatever, like turn cup play on or some shit like that.
I wish you could do like
Booty
fantasy
cheeks.
drafts in FIFA. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. There's a lot of good players. That's the thing. If you could just do like, all right, we're gonna start like a 8-man league, right? And it's like us and our boys, like a 10-man league, like us and our boys. But we're gonna do a fantasy draft. That would be dope. And you just get to
Just use
pick
the
like
pool of
from
like
everybody.
Champions League players or something.
Just use the pool of all the players in the game.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We did that for basketball once, like NBA back in the day in high school. We like all drafted like our own team. And then yeah, started like a tournament.
That's sick. Didn't we do that for? We tried that in MLB like one year. Or no, that was a different thing where we just picked teams and
We
like set
tried
a
to just
league.
play a league.
That lasted for what, 4 days?
Maybe 2 weeks. But then again, maybe not. Maybe you can do that to just like a custom tournament and turn a draft on FIFA.
I feel like there's no draft option. I know you can do a tournament, but I don't think you can
Yeah,
draft players.
that
Sucks.
would be so dope.
That would be so fun.
Jordan Addison to the Vikings. He's like the number 2 wide receiver off the board. Not bad. Replace Adam Thielen, dude. You got him,
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson, and Hawkinson.
I forget that Hawkinson's there now too.
Yeah, yeah. Kirk Cousins might be solid. He might be a good little
Yeah,
streamer
we'll
if you don't
see.
get anybody.
Yeah,
Like pick the right matchup. There's gonna be days where Kirk Cousins has a good day, and he's just like, "You
right.
like that?"
Not on prime
Uh,
time though.
nah. And then Quentin Johnson to the Chargers, which I thought was interesting. I mean, Mike Williams is always hurt. It seems like Keenan Allen's getting kind of old. He's gonna be 31 this year. Um,
They got Mike
so I mean,
Williams too now.
yeah, 2 of them,
Yeah, I mean they're
both of
basically
them.
the same. Like they're basically the same
Yeah,
player,
same build.
size wise.
And then Eckler, he's probably gonna be back, so they'll be good. I think Herbert's gonna have a good year.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit of a down year, but I think he's gonna
He
bounce
did
back,
have a
and the
down year,
Chargers
but
are gonna be
it
good.
was just touchdowns, dude. His yardage was still good. So like I
Yeah,
think touchdowns aren't like a very sticky stat. They're like they fluctuate a lot. So I think bounce right back this year.
yeah.
Um, and then Zay Flowers to Baltimore, so they get some help for Lamar. They got him with Bateman and
OBJ.
Andrews, OBJ, Isaiah Likely. Apparently Antonio Brown's going there too.
Yeah, that'll last 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah. And then quarterbacks, Bryce Young goes to Carolina, number 1 overall, with fucking Frankie Reich, the boy.
Right.
CJ Stroud goes to Houston, number 2 overall. Anthony Richardson goes to Indy, and Will Levis goes to Tennessee. Any of those tickling your fancy? Mike Vrabel said that he told the quarterbacks like Tannehill's a starter, Malik Willis is a number 2, and Levis is a number 3 as of today, and you guys are going to
See what
determine
happens.
what happens after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be kind of bold to not have it that way. Like if you were like,
Yeah.
this is a quarterback competition, it's like, well, Malik Willis
And he
hasn't
wasn't
really
even a
shown you
first round
anything.
pick, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like you're not going to be like,
Just
oh yeah,
because you were
we
projected
drafted
for,
Will
you know what I
Levis
mean?
and we drafted Will Levis in the 2nd round, so now he's going to start. Like,
Yeah, no.
And Tannehill was fine last year, bro. Like,
Yeah, he definitely wasn't the
he
issue
got
with that
hurt.
team. Right.
Anthony Richardson goes to Indy. I think that's going to be interesting.
I think the Colts are just a shit show, dude. I don't
I
even
think
know
they
what
are
to expect
too.
from them.
I don't know if he's going to be any good for the NFL, but I think he'll be good for fantasy because he's going to run the ball a lot. He's going to score
Yeah.
touchdowns. but I don't know if he's going to be good throwing the ball, and I don't know if Michael Pittman's going to be any good receiving
Catching the
balls from
ball.
him.
No.
And then,
Yeah,
like, what does that do to Jonathan Taylor?
I'm staying away from
Out on
probably
the
everybody
Colts.
on the Colts. Yeah.
Don't want a
I'm good
Colt on
on
my
that.
team. They're not going to be
Nope.
good this year. Good players don't usually come from bad teams. I'm out.
Right.
And for that
Yeah.
reason, I'm out.
I'm out.
Dalton Kincaid to Buffalo at tight end, which is interesting for Dawson Knox. And then Michael Meyer goes to Vegas at tight end. Those are the only,
Is that a new movie coming out? Michael Myers goes to
Michael
Vegas.
Myers. Michael Myers goes to Vegas. It could be.
That sounds like a Medea movie.
Soccer. Man City beat Arsenal. They beat West Ham today 3-0. I think they're sitting at the top of the table right now, and I think they have a game in hand as well.
I believe they do too, because Arsenal beat Chelsea 3-1 yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, so City's up a point with a game in hand. Arsenal have 4 games remaining.
Dude, it's going to be coming down to the wire.
It is, dude. And I
What an
think City are
exciting
going
end
to
to the
drop some
season.
points, and I don't know when. Arsenal are nice, dude. That goal by Odegaard was
Oh,
filthy.
yeah, dude. Ooh.
Yeah. Liverpool are in 5th. They're just trying to get some Europa League ball.
Trying to get some Champions League ball. Are they not? Are they out of a chance at 4th or no?
Probably. So they're 4 points back of Man U, but who's in 4th. But Man U have 2 games in hand over Liverpool, and they're 6 points back of Newcastle, who are in 3rd, who have a game in hand. So like they're back multiple games with games in hand for the other teams.
Yeah, they're probably
like you're 4 back from Man U. That's a win and a draw at least.
Yeah, that's tough. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, Liverpool, no Champions League ball. Let's see who's getting relegated. Everton are in 19th, might get relegated. Everybody at the bottom has 34 played too.
Give me the chaos. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Dude, it is chaos. So 16, 17, and 18 all have 30 points. And then Everton in 19th have 29. With 4 games to go.
With 4 left?
Yeah,
dude,
so 2 out of those 4 are going to get relegated. Southampton, 24 points, probably getting relegated.
That's tough. I feel like they've been around for a while, Southampton, in the Premier League at least.
I don't know. I feel like they recently got promoted. They were around when it was like Joel Lescott and fucking Vincent Kompany and Pellegrini
like
for
2013.
City. Yeah. And then they left, and now they're back, and now they might be leaving again.
Back again like I never left.
But yeah, so it's Leicester, Leeds, Nottingham Forest. They all have 30. I would hate to see Leeds get fucking relegated after they took in all those Americans.
Yeah.
And then they'd be playing in the fucking championship. Terrible. Champions League semifinals start next week. City, Real, Inter, and AC.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. City and Real are Tuesday.
Tuesday at 3?
I guess so. Yeah, that sounds right. 3 sounds good. NHL, absolute madness on the ice.
Chaos.
Yes, I'm here for it, dude. Did you watch the Bruins series?
No, I don't think I was home for Game 7 for some reason, but
Bruins
I was following it on Twitter.
Bruins were up 3-1. Panthers win 2 straight, tied up. They go to Boston, and they scored with like 50-something seconds left to tie the game up, go into overtime, win it in overtime, win 3 in a row. It's the Bruins best team ever. Nobody's ever had more points in a regular season. Nobody's ever had more wins in a regular season. Best regular season team of all time. It's the second largest points difference in a playoffs upset in NHL history.
Damn.
Don't ask me what the biggest one is.
Yeah, I knew they were like the Bruins were like the best team like ever, and then they just go in there like the 73-9 Warriors and choke.
Yep.
That's
I mean, at
crazy.
least the Warriors made it to the final.
That's true too. Yeah,
They
they
fucking
just
get
get
bounced
bounced
in
in
the
the first
first
round.
round. But the Kraken beat the Colorado Avalanche in 7 games. The Kraken were a wild card, Avalanche the 1 seed, and the defending champs. Dallas beat Minnesota 4-2. Vegas beat Winnipeg 4-1, and Edmonton beat LA 4-2. But those were all like the higher seed one. And then Toronto is playing the Panthers now. They beat Tampa 4-2. Florida beat them in game 1, so they're already up 1-0. Carolina were, I think, the 2 seed in the East. They beat the Islanders 4-2. And then Devils Rangers.
Rangers choked it.
Rangers, the lower seed, go on the road, win the first 2 in New Jersey. You're like, all right, dude, 2 wins on the road. Let's go. Get them
On
Bruins
the
out.
road to fucking Jersey,
Yeah,
though. It was
dude.
like, what, a
Yeah, but still
15-minute ride?
hostile territory and
Yeah.
like fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the Devils go to MSG and win 2, and then they came back to New Jersey, win 1. In MSG for game 6, the Rangers win to stay alive, and then the Devils kind of dicked on them. In game 7, it was like 4-0 in Jersey.
Damn. Dude, playoff hockey's just got that electricity to it.
I love playoff hockey, dude. The games are fucking tough. I was watching Maple Leafs Panthers the other day, game 1, and I just watched this dude lay this boy out, and I'm like, woo! Where was that all? Dude, playoff hockey is so much more physical. Everybody
Yeah.
finishes their checks. Like in during the regular season, you might not, but like physicality and like imposing a role on a team is like a lot of like teams use that as a strategy, especially like now. Generally, like sports are softer. Like, so if you're gonna be the one that's like that is like finishing your hits and like always sticking your nose in there, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you're gonna frustrate the other team and kind of mess up their vibe. It's
Yeah, I
fun, dude.
mean,
It's fun to
dude,
watch.
and there's nothing like seeing like an open ice hit in hockey. Like that's almost better than like a safety coming over the middle in football and laying someone out, dude. Like open ice, because it's just like you go from your legs aren't moving because you're skating, or like the hits where they're like kind of like receiving a pass and then they turn into the hit and just
Yeah.
gets taken off,
Did
dude.
you see the one
Whew.
from the Devils Rangers game?
No.
I think it was Truba, the Rangers dude, just fucking laid this boy. I think maybe it was Meyer from the Devils. Um, dude, and he was like on the ground for a hot minute, and like they like helped him like sit up and stuff, and dude, he got his shit rocked.
Oh
He went to the
man.
locker room and did not come back out.
He's like, yeah, I'm wrapping this
Yeah.
up. I'm done.
Well,
I'm done,
so
boys.
he was skating through the neutral zone and into the offensive zone, and Truba came off of the bench, so he didn't see him. Like, he wasn't like in a defensive position. He was kind of coming
Right.
from like the side, but like came around. It was a clean hit, and Meyer like put his head down. So when he put his head down, like he didn't even see him at all. Put his head down right into Truba's shoulder. So just like straight face to
Oh.
shoulder, like of an NHL hockey player laying you the fuck out.
Oh, dude. Your
Yeah.
head is just ringing, bro.
Yeah, dude, your whole face got smushed. You're gonna need a new nose because it's now fucking sticking out the back of your head.
Pancaked. Pinocchio, reverse Pinocchioed.
Literally. You're gonna be looking like Voldemort head ass.
He's gonna get up off the ice screaming Avada Kedavra.
I wonder if we're gonna have any good hockey tonight. Who plays tonight? What day's today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Hurricanes Devils game 1 is underway on ESPN right now.
Right, meow.
Yeah. Golden Knights and Oilers game 1 is at 9:30. All right, so dude, we've been at this thing for 2 hours and 13 minutes, probably the longest one yet. So let's get out of here. I'm gonna go watch the Sixers, hopefully get a dub. Probably not. I'm gonna go watch a little bit of playoff hockey. I'm gonna go hang out with my doggo. I'm gonna eat some dinner. I'm gonna eat some dinner.
That's first thing on my list, and then I'm gonna go scream at Brian Cashman.
Sounds good, dude. So let's get out of here, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed our rambling. We've sure enjoyed rambling for you. Tell somebody that you
Hang,
love them. Kiss
hang
your
out next
neighbor
week for more rambling.
and slap your grandma. Smooches.
Well,
It's a song, dude.
all the grandmas listening are gonna be like, dude, those random roommate guys.
Grandma's
Can't fuck with them.
kisses.